Jump to content. Main menu. Main menu. Move to sidebar hide. Navigation. Main page. Contents. Current events. Random article. About Wikipedia. Contact us. Contribute. Help. Learn to edit. Community portal. Recent changes. Upload file. Search. Search. Appearance. Donate. Create account. Login. Personal tools. Donate. Create account. Login. Pages for logged out editors. Learn more. Contributions. Talk. Contents. Move to sidebar hide. Top. 1. Origins of consumer behavior. 2. Definition and explanation. 3. The purchase decision and its context. Toggle the purchase decision and its context subsection. 3.1 Problem recognition. 3.2 Information search. 3.3 Evaluation of alternatives. 3.4 Purchase decision. 3.5 Post-purchase evaluation. 4 Influences on purchase decision. Toggle influences on purchase decision subsection. 4.1 Consumer awareness. 4.2 Internal influences on purchase decision. 4.2.1 Motivations and emotions. 4.2.2 Perception. 4.2.3 Symbolic consumer behavior. 4.2.4 Prior experience. 4.2.5 Random factor. 4.3 External influences on purchase decision. 4.3.1 Culture. 4.3.2 Subcultures. 4.3.3 Social class. 4.3.4 Reference groups. 4.4 Influences on consumer purchasing behaviors during the COVID-19 pandemic. 5 Consumer decision styles. 6 Other topics in consumer behavior. Toggle other topics in consumer behavior subsection. 6.1 Risk perception and risk reduction activities. 6.2 New product adoption and diffusion of innovations. 6.3 Brand switching. 6.4 Channel switching. 6.5 Impulse buying. 6.6 Affect, emotions, feelings and mood. 6.6.1 Information search. 6.6.2 Choice. 6.6.3 Customer experience. 6.6.4 Customer satisfaction. 6.6.5 Advertising. 6.7 Customer loyalty. 6.8 Customer citizenship behavior. 6.9 Internet consumer behavior. 6.9.1 Different types of online behavior. 6.9.2 A typology of online consumer behavior. 6.9.3 Influence of the Internet on buying process. 6.10 The role of aesthetics and visual fluency in relation to consumer choice. 6.10.1 Color. 6.10.2 Composition. 6.10.3 Imagery. 6.10.4 Typographic elements. 6.11 Environmental impact. 7 Research methods used. Toggle research methods used subsection. 7.1 Ethnographic research. 7.2 Consumer neuroscience. 8 See also. 9 References. 10 Further reading. Toggle the table of contents. Consumer behavior. 27 languages. Eisenbachener. Etina. Deutsch. Easti. Espanol. Euskara. Bahasa Indonesia, Italiano, Magyar, Netherlands, Portuguese, Simple English, Tingvit, Edit links, Article, Talk, English, Read, Edit, View History, Tools, Tools, Move to Sidebar Hide, Actions, Read, Edit, View History, General, What links here? Related changes, Upload file, Special pages, Permanent link, Page information, Cite this page, Get shortened URL, Download QR code, Print/export, Download as PDF, Printable version. In other projects, Wikimedia Commons, Wikidata item, Appearance, Move to sidebar hide. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Study of individuals, groups, or organizations and all the activities associated with consuming. Buyer behavior redirects here. For the behavior of buyers within organizations, see procurement. The Royal St. Hubert Galleries shopping arcade in Brussels, Belgium. Consumer behavior, in its broadest sense, is concerned with how consumers select, decide and use goods and services. Marketing, management, key concepts, distribution, pricing, retail, service, activation, brand licensing, brand management, co-creation, communications, consumer behavior, consumer culture, dominance, effectiveness, ethics, promotion, segmentation, strategy, account-based marketing, digital marketing, product marketing, social marketing, influencer marketing, attribution, annoyance factor, horizontal integration, vertical integration, promotional content, advertising, ambush marketing, branding, corporate anniversary, direct marketing, franchising, label, loyalty marketing, mobile marketing, on-hold messaging, personal selling, premiums, prizes, product placement, propaganda, publicity, sales promotion, sex in advertising, underwriting spot, promotional media, behavioral targeting, brand ambassador, display advertising, drip marketing, in-game advertising, mobile advertising, native advertising, new media, online advertising, out-of-home advertising, point of sale, product demonstration, promotional merchandise, promotional representative, visual merchandising, web banner, word of mouth, research, market research, marketing research, mystery shopping, consumer research, V. T. E. Part of a series on psychology, outline, history, subfields, basic psychology, abnormal, affective neuroscience, affective science, behavioral genetics, behavioral neuroscience, behaviorism, cognitive/cognitivism, cognitive neuroscience, social, comparative, cross-cultural, cultural, developmental, differential, ecological, evolutionary, experimental, gestalt, intelligence, mathematical, moral, neuropsychology, perception, personality, psycholinguistics, psychophysiology, quantitative, social, theoretical, applied psychology, anomalistic, applied behavior analysis, assessment, clinical, coaching, community, consumer, counseling, critical, educational, ergonomics, feminist, forensic, health, humanistic, industrial and organizational, legal, media, medical, military, music, occupational health, pastoral, political, positive, psychometrics, psychotherapy, religion, school, sport and exercise, suicidology, systems, traffic, concepts, behavior, behavioral engineering, behavioral genetics, behavioral neuroscience, cognition, competence, consciousness, consumer behavior, emotions, feelings, human factors and ergonomics, intelligence, mind, psychology of religion, psychometrics, terror management theory, lists, counseling topics, disciplines, organizations, outline, psychologists, psychotherapies, research methods, schools of thought, timeline, topics, psychology portal, V. T. E. Consumer behavior is the study of individuals, groups, or organizations and all the activities associated with the purchase, use and disposal of goods and services. Consumer behavior consists of how the consumer's emotions, attitudes, and preferences affect buying behavior. Consumer behavior emerged in the 1940–1950s as a distinct subdiscipline of marketing, but has become an interdisciplinary social science that blends elements from psychology, sociology, social anthropology, ethnography, ethnology, marketing, and economics, especially behavioral economics. The study of consumer behavior formally investigates individual qualities such as demographics, personality lifestyles, and behavioral variables, like usage rates, usage occasion, loyalty, brand advocacy, and willingness to provide referrals, in an attempt to understand people's wants and consumption patterns. Consumer behavior also investigates on the influences on the consumer, from social groups such as family, friends, sports, and reference groups, to society in general, brand influencers, opinion leaders. Due to the unpredictability of consumer behavior, marketers and researchers use ethnography, consumer neuroscience, and machine learning, along with customer relationship management, CRM, databases, to analyze customer patterns. The extensive data from these databases allows for a detailed examination of factors influencing customer loyalty, repurchase intentions, and other behaviors like providing referrals and becoming brand advocates. Additionally, these databases aid in market segmentation, particularly behavioral segmentation, enabling the creation of highly targeted and personalized marketing strategies. Origins of consumer behavior. Edit. Main article, History of marketing thought. In the 1940s and 1950s, marketing was dominated by the so-called classical schools of thought, which were highly descriptive and relied heavily on case study approaches with only occasional use of interview methods. At the end of the 1950s, two important reports criticized marketing for its lack of methodological rigor, especially the failure to adopt mathematically oriented behavioral science research methods. 1. The stage was set for marketing to become more interdisciplinary by adopting a consumer behaviorist perspective. From the 1950s, marketing began to shift its reliance away from economics and towards other disciplines, notably the behavioral sciences, including sociology, anthropology, and clinical psychology. This resulted in a new emphasis on the customer as a unit of analysis. As a result, new substantive knowledge was added to the marketing discipline, including such ideas as opinion leadership, reference groups, and brand loyalty. Market segmentation, especially demographic segmentation based on socioeconomic status, SES, index and household life cycle, also became fashionable. With the addition of consumer behavior, the marketing discipline exhibited increasing scientific sophistication with respect to theory development and testing procedures. 2. In its early years, consumer behavior was heavily influenced by motivation research, which had increased the understanding of customers, and had been used extensively by consultants in the advertising industry and also within the discipline of psychology in the 1920s, 1930s, and 1940s. By the 1950s, marketing began to adopt techniques used by motivation researchers, including depth interviews, projective techniques, thematic perception tests, and a range of qualitative and quantitative research methods. 3. More recently, scholars have added a new set of tools including ethnography, photo-elicitation techniques, and phenomenological interviewing. 4. In addition to these, contemporary research has delved further into the complexities of consumer behavior, incorporating innovative approaches such as neuroimaging studies and big data analytics. These modern tools provide deeper insights into subconscious consumer motivations and decision-making processes. 5. Today, consumer behavior, or CB as it is affectionately known, is regarded as an important subdiscipline within marketing and is included as a unit of study in almost all undergraduate marketing programs. Definition and explanation. Edit. Consumer behavior means entails all activities associated with the purchase, use and disposal of goods and services, including the consumer's emotional, mental and behavioral responses that precede or follow these activities. 6. The term consumer can refer to individual consumers as well as organizational consumers, and more specifically, an end user, and not necessarily a purchaser, in the distribution chain of a good or service. 7. Consumer behavior is concerned with sad smiley 8. Purchase activities, the purchase of goods or services, how consumers acquire products and services, and all the activities leading up to a purchase decision, including information search, evaluating goods and services, and payment methods including the purchase experience. Use or consumption activities, concerns the who, where, when, and how of consumption and the usage experience, including the symbolic associations and the way that goods are distributed within families or consumption units. Disposal activities, concerns the way that consumers dispose of products and packaging, may also include reselling activities such as eBay and second-hand markets. Consumer responses may be sad smiley 9. Emotional, or affective, responses, refer to emotions such as feelings or moods. Mental, or cognitive, responses, refer to the consumer's thought processes, their behavioral, or cognitive, responses refer to the consumer's observable responses in relation to the purchase and disposal of goods or services. According to the American Marketing Association, consumer behavior can be defined as the dynamic interaction of affect and cognition, behavior, and environmental events by which human beings conduct the exchange aspects of their lives. As a field of study, consumer behavior is an applied social science. Consumer behavior analysis is the use of behavior principles, usually gained experimentally, to interpret human economic consumption. As a discipline, consumer behavior stands at the intersection of economic psychology and marketing science. 10. The purchase decision and its context. Edit. Shoppers inspect the quality of fresh produce at a market in Jerusalem. Understanding purchase and consumption behavior is a key challenge for marketers. Consumer behavior, in its broadest sense, is concerned with understanding both how purchase decisions are made and how products or services are consumed or experienced. Consumers are active decision makers. They decide what to purchase, often based on their disposable income or budget. They may change their preferences related to their budget and a range of other factors. 11, 12, 13. Some purchase decisions involve long, detailed processes that include extensive information search to select between competing alternatives. 14. Other purchase decisions. In consumer practice, consumers must make highly complex decisions, often based on a lack of time, knowledge or negotiating ability. 15. Such as impulse buys or habitual purchases, are made almost instantaneously with little or no investment of time or effort in information search. Some purchase decisions are made by groups, such as families, households or businesses, while others are made by individuals. When a purchase decision is made by a small group, such as a household, different members of the group may become involved at different stages of the decision process and may perform different roles. For example, one person may suggest the purchase category, another may search for product-related information while yet another may physically go to the store, buy the product, and transport it home. It is customary to think about the types of decision roles, such as in a family unit, an adult female often makes brand choices on behalf of the entire household, while children can be important influencers. The initiator. The person who proposes a brand, or product, for consideration, something in return, the influencer. Someone who recommends a given brand, the decider. The person who makes the ultimate purchase decision, the purchaser. The one who orders or physically buys it, the user. The person who uses or consumes the product. 16. For most purchase decisions, each of the decision roles must be performed, but not always by the same individual. For example, in the case of family making a decision about a dining out venue, a parent may initiate the process by intimating that they are too tired to cook. The children are important influencers in the overall purchase decision, but both parents may act as joint deciders, performing a gatekeeping role by vetoing unacceptable alternatives and encouraging more acceptable alternatives. The importance of children as influencers in a wide range of purchase contexts should never be underestimated, and the phenomenon is known as pester power. 17. The purchasing decision model. To approach the mental processes used in purchasing decisions, some authors employ the concept of the black box, which represents the cognitive and affective processes used by a consumer during a purchase decision. The decision model situates the black box in a broader environment which shows the interaction of external and internal stimuli, for example consumer characteristics, situational factors, marketing influences, and environmental factors, as well as consumer responses. 18. The black box model is related to the black box theory of behaviorism, where the focus extends beyond processes occurring inside the consumer and also includes the relation between the stimuli and the consumer's response. The decision model assumes that purchase decisions do not occur in a vacuum. Rather, they occur in real time and are affected by other stimuli, including external environmental stimuli and the consumer's momentary situation. The elements of the model include interpersonal stimuli, between people, or intrapersonal stimuli, within people, environmental stimuli and marketing stimuli. 19. Marketing stimuli include actions planned and carried out by companies, whereas environmental stimuli include actions or events occurring in the wider operating environment and include social, economic, political, and cultural dimensions. In addition, the buyer's black box includes buyer characteristics and the decision process, which influence the buyer's responses. Purchases of upmarket perfumes, often bought as gifts, are high-involvement decisions because the gift symbolizes the relationship between the giver and the intended recipient. Problem recognition. Edit. The first stage of the purchase decision process begins with problem recognition, also known as category need or need arousal. This is when the consumer identifies a need, typically defined as the difference between the consumer's current state and their desired or ideal state. A simpler way of thinking about problem recognition is that it is where the consumer decides that they are in the market for a product or service to satisfy some need or want. The strength of the underlying need drives the entire decision process. 20. Theorists identify three broad classes of problem-solving situation relevant for the purchase decision. Sad Smiley 21. Extensive problem-solving. Purchases that warrant greater deliberation, more extensive information search and evaluation of alternatives. These are typically expensive purchases, or purchases with high social visibility, for example fashion, cars. Limited problem solving. Known or familiar purchases, regular purchases, straight rebuys. Typically low-priced items. Routinized problem solving. Repeat purchases or habitual purchases. Consumers become aware of a problem in a variety of ways, including Sad Smiley 22. The purchase of a mobile phone may trigger the desire for accessories such as this phone mount for use in a car. Out of stock / natural depletion. When a consumer needs to replenish stocks of a consumable item, for example ran out of milk or bread. Regular purchase. When a consumer purchases a product on a regular basis, for example newspaper, magazines. Dissatisfaction. When a consumer is not satisfied with the current product or service. New needs or wants. Lifestyle changes may trigger the identification of new needs, for example the arrival of a baby may prompt the purchase of a cot, stroller, and car seat for the baby. Related products. The purchase of one product may trigger the need for accessories, spare parts, or complementary goods and services, for example the purchase of a printer leads to the need for ink cartridges, the purchase of a digital camera leads to the need for memory cards. Marketer-induced problem recognition. When marketing activity persuades consumers of a problem, usually a problem that the consumer did not realize they had. The consciously, and subconsciously, consumed content in traditional as well as social media greatly plays the role of a stimulus for the consumer's recognition of a new need. New products or categories. When consumers become aware of new innovative products that offer a superior means of fulfilling a need. Disruptive technologies such as the advent of wireless-free communications devices can trigger a need for plethora of products such as a new mouse or printer. Information search. Edit. Customer purchase decision, illustrating different communications touchpoints at each stage. During the information search and evaluation stages, the consumer works through processes designed to arrive at a number of brands, or products, that represent viable purchase alternatives. Typically, consumers first carry out an internal search and scan their memory for suitable brands. The evoked set is the set of brands that a consumer can elicit from memory and is typically a very small set of some 3-5 alternatives. 23. Consumers may choose to supplement the number of brands in the evoked set by carrying out an external search using sources such as the Internet, manufacturer/brand websites, shopping around, product reviews, referrals from peers and the like. The readiness of information availability has raised the informedness of the consumers, the degree to which they know what is available in the marketplace, with precisely which attributes, and at precisely what price. 24. The fact that a consumer is aware of a brand does not necessarily mean that it is being considered as a potential purchase. For instance, the consumer may be aware of certain brands, but not favorably disposed towards them, known as the inept set. Such brands will typically be excluded from further evaluation as purchase options. For other brands, the consumer may have indifferent feelings, the inert set. 25. As the consumer approaches the actual purchase, they distill the mental list of brands into a set of alternatives that represent realistic purchase options, known as the consideration set. 26. By definition, the consideration set refers to the small set of brands which a consumer pays close attention to when making a purchase decision. 27. This ultimately leads to a choice set which includes the alternatives that are strong contenders for purchase. 28. Specific brand names enter the consumer's consideration set based on the extent to which they satisfy the consumer's purchasing objectives and or the salience or accessibility of the brand at the time of making the purchase decision. 29. By implication, brand names that are more memorable are more likely to be accessible. Traditionally, one of the main roles of advertising and promotion was to increase the likelihood that a brand name was included in the consumer's evoked set. 30. Repeated exposure to brand names through intensive advertising was the primary method for increasing top-of-mind brand awareness. However, the advent of the Internet means that consumers can obtain brand/product information from a multiplicity of different platforms. In practice, the consideration set has assumed greater importance in the purchase decision process because consumers are no longer totally reliant on memory. This is marketing, which could be defined as the process by which companies create value for customers and build strong customer relationships, in order to capture value from customers in return. 31. This definition strongly implies that the relationship is built upon an exchange and the creation of value. This means that a need is built for a consumer, with the product presented or advertised to them through an analytical study of the user's patterns of consumption and their behaviors and habits. The implication for marketers is that relevant brand information should be disseminated as widely as possible and included on any forum where consumers are likely to search for product or brand information, whether traditional media or digital media channels. Thus, marketers require a rich understanding of the typical consumer's touch points. Evaluation of alternatives. Edit. Consumers shopping at London's Burlington Arcade engage in a variety of recreational and functional purchasing activities, from window shopping through to transporting their purchases homewards. Consumer evaluation can be viewed as a distinct stage. Alternatively, evaluation may occur continuously throughout the entire decision process. Consumers evaluate alternatives in terms of the functional, also called utilitarian, and psychosocial, also called the value expressive or the symbolic, benefits offered. 32. Functional benefits are the tangible outcomes that can be experienced by the consumer, such as taste or physical appearance. Psychosocial benefits are the more abstract outcomes or the personality-related attributes of a brand, such as the social currency that might accrue from wearing an expensive suit or designer label or driving a hot car. Brand image, or brand personality, is an important psychosocial attribute. Consumers can have both positive and negative beliefs about a given brand. 33. A considerable body of research suggests that consumers are predisposed towards brands with a personality that matches their own, and that a good match can affect brand preference, brand choice, satisfaction with a brand, brand commitment and loyalty, and the consumer's propensity to give positive word-of-mouth referrals. Citation needed. The branch of consumer behavior that investigates the matching of a brand's personality and the consumer's personality is known as self-congruity research. 34. The social media presence of a brand plays a huge part in this stage, with the effect described as: think of regular media as a one-way street where you can read a newspaper or listen to a report on television, but you have very limited ability to give your thoughts on the matter. Social media, on the other hand, is a two-way street that gives you the ability to communicate to. 35. Consumer beliefs about a brand or product category may vary depending on a range of factors, including the consumer's prior experience and the effects of selective perception, distortion, and retention. Consumers who are less knowledgeable about a category tend to evaluate a brand based on its functional characteristics. However, when consumers become more knowledgeable, functional attributes diminish and consumers process more abstract information about the brand, notably the self-related aspects. 36. The marketing organization needs a deep understanding of the benefits most valued by consumers and therefore which attributes are most important in terms of the consumer's purchase decision. It also needs to monitor other brands in the customer's consideration set to optimize planning for its own brand. During the evaluation of alternatives, the consumer ranks or assesses the relative merits of different options available. No universal evaluation process is used by consumers across all buying situations. 37. Instead, consumers generate different evaluation criteria depending on each unique buying situation. Social media further enables consumers to share views with their peers about the product they are looking to purchase. 38. This way, consumers can gauge the positive and negative sides of each alternative, and decide even more conveniently as for the best product to buy. Thus the relevant evaluation attributes vary according to across different types of consumers and purchase contexts. For example, attributes important for evaluating a restaurant would include food quality, price, location, atmosphere, quality of service, and menu selection. Consumers, depending on their geographic, demographic, psychographic and behavioral characteristics, will decide which attributes are important to them. Potential patrons seeking a pleasant dining experience may be willing to travel further distances to patronize a fine dining venue compared to those wanting a quick meal at a more utilitarian eatery. After evaluating the different product attributes, the consumer ranks each attribute or benefit from highly important to least important. These priorities are directly related to the consumer's needs and wants. 39. Thus, the consumer arrives at a weighted score for each product or brand which represents the consumer's subjective assessment of individual attribute scores weighted in terms of their importance. Using these scores, they arrive at a total mental score or rank for each product/brand under consideration. 40. Purchase decision. Edit. Once the alternatives have been evaluated, the consumer firms up their resolve to proceed through to the actual purchase. For example, the consumer might say to themselves, "Yes, I will buy brand X one day." This self-instruction to make a purchase is known as purchase intent. Purchase intentions are a strong yet imperfect predictor of sales. Sometimes purchase intentions simply do not translate into an actual purchase, and this can signal a marketing problem. 41. For instance, a consumer may wish to buy a new product, but may be unaware of the retail outlets that stock it, so that purchase cannot proceed. The extent to which purchase intentions result in actual sales is known as the sales conversion rate. 42. Happy hour, where 2 drinks can be purchased for the price of 1, is a strong call to action because it encourages consumers to buy now rather than defer purchasing to a later time. Organizations use a variety of techniques to improve conversion rates. The provision of easy credit or payment terms may encourage purchase. Sales promotions such as the opportunity to receive a premium or enter a competition may provide an incentive to buy now rather than defer purchases for a later date. Advertising messages with a strong call to action are yet another device used to convert customers. 43. A call to action is any device designed to encourage immediate sale. 44. Typically, a call to action includes specific wording in an advertisement or selling pitch that employs imperative verbs such as buy now or don't wait. Other types of calls to action might provide consumers with strong reasons for purchasing immediately, such an offer that is only available for a limited time, for example offer must expire soon, limited stocks available, or a special deal usually accompanied by a time constraint. For example, order before midnight to receive a free gift with your order, 2 for the price of 1 for the first 50 callers only. Additionally, service convenience is a saving of effort, in the way that it minimizes the activities that customers may bear to buy goods and services. 45. The key to a powerful call to action is to provide consumers with compelling reasons to purchase promptly rather than defer purchase decisions. As consumers approach the actual purchase decision, they are more likely to rely on personal sources of information. 46. For this reason, personal sales representatives must be well versed in giving sales pitches and in tactics used to close the sale. Methods used might include social evidence, where the salesperson refers to previous success and satisfaction from other customers buying the product. Scarcity attraction is another technique, where the salesperson mentions that the offer is limited, as it forces the consumer to make a quicker decision and therefore spend less time evaluating alternatives. 47. Post-purchase evaluation. Edit. Following purchase and after experiencing the product or service, the consumer enters the final stage, namely post-purchase evaluation. Foxall suggested that post-purchase evaluation can provide key feedback to marketers because it influences future purchase patterns and consumption activities. 48, 49. The post-purchase stage is where the consumer examines and compares product features, such as price, functionality, and quality with their expectations. 50. Post-purchase evaluation can be viewed as the steps taken by consumers to correlate their expectations with perceived value and thus influence their next purchase decision for that good or service. 51. For example, if a consumer buys a new phone and their post-purchase evaluation is positive, they will be encouraged to purchase the same brand or from the same company in the future. This is also known as post-purchase intention. 52. On the contrary, if a consumer is dissatisfied with the new phone, they may take actions to resolve the dissatisfaction. Consumer actions. In this instance, could involve requesting a refund, making a complaint, deciding not to purchase the same brand or from the same company in the future, or even spreading negative product reviews to friends or acquaintances, possibly via social media. After acquisition, consumption, or disposition, consumers may feel some uncertainty in regards to the decision made, generating in some cases regret. Post-decision dissonance, 53, also known as cognitive dissonance, is the feeling of anxiety that occurs in the post-purchase stage, as well as the uneasy feelings or concerns as to whether or not the correct decision was made at purchase. 54. Some consumers, for instance, may regret that they did not purchase one of the other brands they were considering. This type of anxiety can affect consumers' subsequent behavior and may have implications for repeat patronage and customer loyalty. Consumers use a number of strategies to reduce post-purchase dissonance. A typical strategy is to look to peers or significant others for validation of the purchase choice. Customers have always been led by the opinions of friends and family, but nowadays this is corroborated by social media likes, reviews, and testimonials. Marketing communications can also be used to remind consumers that they made a wise choice by purchasing brand X. 55. When consumers make unfavorable comparisons between the chosen option and the options foregone, they may feel post-decision regret or buyer's remorse. Consumers can also feel short-term regret when they avoid making a purchase decision, however this regret can dissipate over time. Through their experiences, consumers can learn and also engage in a process called hypothesis testing. This refers to the formation of hypotheses about the products or a service through prior experience or word-of-mouth communications. There are 4 stages that consumers go through in the hypothesis testing: hypothesis generation, exposure of evidence, encoding of evidence, and integration of evidence. Influences on purchase decision. Edit. Purchasing is influenced by a wide range of internal and external factors. Consumer awareness. Edit. Consumer awareness refers to the awareness of the consumption of goods bought by consumers in the long-term shopping environment and purchasing activities. 56. The change of life concept is the subjective factor of the change of consumer awareness. As people's living standards and incomes continue to increase, people's life concepts are constantly changing. 57. Differences in consumer personality are the internal motivations for changes in consumer awareness. Intensified market competition is a catalyst for changes in consumer awareness. Many companies have launched their own branded products in order to gain a foothold in an increasingly competitive market. 58. In the face of a variety of goods and brands, consumers' brand awareness matures. When people buy goods, paying attention to the brand has become a fashion. Faced with the severe competition situation, companies began to realize the importance of implementing brand strategy, and began to focus on market research, and on this basis, deeply grasp the consumer's psychological pulse to improve market share and brand loyalty. 59. With the change of people's life concept, consumers' rational consumption psychology has become increasingly prominent. Social marketing, 60. Customized marketing, 61. Brand name shopping, 62. And the consumer's perception of the price of the commodity, directly expressed as the consumer's sensitivity to price, are all main factors for understanding consumer attitudes, and help explain the reaction of market demand to price changes. 63. Internal influences on purchase decision. Edit. See also, market segmentation. Internal influences refer to both personal and interpersonal factors. Social theory suggests that individuals have both a personal identity and a social identity. Personal identity consists of unique personal characteristics such as skills and capabilities, interests, and hobbies. Social identity consists of the individual's perception of the central groups to which an individual belongs and may refer to an age group, a lifestyle group, religious group, educational group, or some other reference group. Social psychologists have established that the need to belong is one of the fundamental human needs. 64. Purchasing behavior is therefore influenced by a broad range of internal factors such as psychological, socioeconomic, demographic and personality factors. Demographic factors include income level, psychographics, lifestyles, age, occupation, and socioeconomic status. Personality factors include knowledge, attitudes, personal values, beliefs, emotions, and feelings. Psychological factors include an individual's motivation, attitudes, personal values, and beliefs. Social identity factors include culture, subculture, and reference groups. Other factors that may affect the purchase decision include the environment and the consumer's prior experience with the category or brand. Motivations and emotions. Edit. Maslow's hierarchy suggests that people seek to satisfy basic needs such as food and shelter before higher-order needs become meaningful. The consumer's underlying motivation drives consumer action, including the information search and purchase decision. The consumer's attitude to a brand, or brand preference, is described as a link between the brand and a purchase motivation. 65. These motivations may be negative, to avoid pain or unpleasantness, or positive, to achieve some type of reward such as sensory gratification. 66. One approach to understanding motivations was developed by Abraham Maslow. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is based on 5 levels of needs, organized accordingly to the level of importance. Maslow's 5 needs are sad smiley 55. Physiological. Basic levels of needs such as food, water, and sleep safety. The need for physical safety, shelter, and security belonging. The need for love, friendship, and also a desire for group acceptance esteem. The need for status, recognition, and self-respect self-actualization. The desire for self-fulfillment, for example personal growth, artistic expression. Physiological needs and safety needs are the so-called lower-order needs. Consumers typically use most of their resources, time, energy, and finances, attempting to satisfy these lower-order needs before the higher-order needs of belonging, esteem, and self-actualization become meaningful. Part of any marketing program requires an understanding of which motives drive given product choices. Marketing communications can illustrate how a product or brand fulfills these needs. 58. Maslow's approach is a generalized model for understanding human motivations in a wide variety of contexts, but is not specific to purchasing decisions. A decision to purchase an analgesic preparation is motivated by the desire to avoid pain, negative motivation. A decision to buy an ice cream sundae is motivated by the desire for sensory gratification, positive motivation. Another approach proposes 8 purchase motivations, 5 negative motives and 3 positive motives, which energize purchase decisions as illustrated in the table below. 66. These motivations are believed to provide positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement. 67. Rossiter and Peirce's purchase motivations and emotions. Motivation. Emotional sequence. Negative. Problem removal. Annoyance relief. Problem avoidance. fear relaxation, incomplete satisfaction, disappointment optimism, mixed approach avoidance, conflict peace of mind, normal depletion, mild annoyance convenience, positive, sensory gratification, dull or neutral, sensory anticipation, intellectual simulation, bored or neutral, excited, social approval / conformity, apprehensive or ashamed, flattered / proud. In the marketing literature, the consumer's motivation to search for information and engage in the purchase decision process is sometimes known as involvement. 68. Consumer involvement has been defined as the personal relevance or importance of a message, or a decision. 69. Purchase decisions are classified as low involvement when consumers experience only a small psychosocial loss in the event that they make a poor decision. On the other hand, a purchase decision is classified as high involvement when psychosocial risks are perceived to be relatively high. 70. The consumer's level of involvement is dependent on a number of factors including perceived risk of negative consequences in the event of a poor decision, the social visibility of the product, and the consumer's prior experience with the product category. 71. Perception. Edit. Part of marketing strategy is to ascertain how consumers gain knowledge and use information from external sources. The perception process is where individuals receive, organize, and interpret information in order to attribute some meaning. Perception involves three distinct processes: sensing information, selecting information, and interpreting information. Sensation is also part of the perception process, and it is linked direct with responses from the senses creating some reaction towards the brand name, advertising, and packaging. The process of perception is uniquely individual and may depend on a combination of internal and external factors such as experiences, expectations, needs, and the momentary set. When exposed to a stimulus, consumers may respond in entirely different ways due to individual perceptual processes. 55. A number of processes potentially support or interfere with perception. Selective exposure occurs when consumers decide whether to be exposed to information inputs. Selective attention occurs when consumers focus on some messages to the exclusion of others. Selective comprehension is where the consumer interprets information in a manner that is consistent with their own beliefs. Selective retention occurs when consumers remember some information while rapidly forgetting other information. 72. Collectively, the processes of selective exposure, attention, comprehension, and retention lead individual consumers to favor certain messages over others. The way that consumers combine information inputs to arrive at a purchase decision is known as integration. 73. Marketers are interested in consumer perceptions of brands, packaging, product formulations, labeling, and pricing. Of special interest is the threshold of perception, also known as the just noticeable difference, in a stimulus. For example, how much should a marketer lower a price before consumers recognize it as a bargain? 74. In addition, marketers planning to enter global markets need to be aware of cultural differences in perception. 75. For example, Westerners associate the color white with purity, cleanliness, and hygiene, but in Eastern countries white is often associated with mourning and death. Accordingly, white packaging would be an inappropriate color choice for food labels on products to be marketed in Asia. Symbolic consumer behavior. Edit. Symbolic consumption becomes the internal influence of consumer behavior and forms a special symbol. Consumption symbols can be used to explain the consumer as a group member or a unique individual. 76. Consumer consumption behavior is not only material and psychological consumption. Symbolic consumption has two meanings. 1. A symbol of consumption. Consumption expresses and transmits a certain meaning and message. The meaning derived from culture enables us to use products to symbolize our membership in various social groups. 77. This symbolic consumption is the process of social expression and social communication. 2. Symbolic consumption. People consume not only the commodities themselves but also certain cultural and social significance symbolized or represented by them, including mood, beauty, grade, status, atmosphere, style, emotional appeal, etc. Symbolic consumption is typically reflected in brand consumption. Brand has three functions for consumers: functional value, symbolic value and experience value. Take luxury brands. The power of luxury brands is more than just their ability to convey identity. Some consumers want to make an impression. Luxury goods used to be the daily routine of the aristocracy, but after the concept of modern social class was blurred, consumers still regarded it as a ticket to enter the upper class. Consumers evaluate a brand based on how it aligns with our identity, which helps define and maintain our self-concept. 78. As a symbol of noble status, wealth and success, it has become a consumer identity and status symbol. Prior experience. Edit. The consumer's prior experience with the category, product, or brand can have a major bearing on purchase decision-making. Experienced consumers, also called experts, are more sophisticated consumers. They tend to be more skillful information searchers, canvass a broader range of information sources, and use complex heuristics to evaluate purchase options. Novice consumers, on the other hand, are less efficient information searchers and tend to perceive higher levels of purchase risk on account of their unfamiliarity with the brand or category. When consumers have prior experience, they have less motivation to search for information and spend less effort on information search but can process new information more efficiently. 79. One study, for example, found that as consumer experience increases, consumers consider a wider range of purchase alternatives. That is, they generate a larger consideration set, but only at the product category level. 80. Random factor. Edit. Random factors refer to special occasions and a series of random conditions consumers have when purchasing. Sometimes, consumer purchase decisions are made in unexpected circumstances, or a situation will delay or shorten people's decision-making process. Research has found that in waiting for scenarios where consumers are ubiquitous, seemingly unrelated physical cues, such as area carpets or queue guidelines, can act as virtual boundaries that alter consumers' initial decisions. 81. External influences on purchase decision. Edit. Purchasing behavior can also be affected by external influences, such as culture, subculture, social class, reference groups, family, and situational determinants. Culture. Edit. People with shared interests, such as skaters and bladers, tend to form informal groups known as subcultures. Culture is the broadest and most abstract of the external factors. Culture refers to the complexity of learning meanings, values, norms, and customs shared by members of a society. Cultural norms are relatively stable over time, so culture has a major effect on consumer behavior. Research studies have consistently shown that culture influences almost every aspect of purchasing. It affects basic psychological domains such as self-identity and motivation, the way that information is processed, and the way that advertising messages are interpreted. 82. Additionally, perceived value and happiness are critical in shaping consumers' attitudes and behavioral intentions. 83. The cultural choice of consumption behavior, the decisive external factor, the overall social and cultural atmosphere, and the decisive internal factor, the consumer's artistic quality, aesthetic pursuit, and cultural value orientation. The cultural choice of consumption must be restricted by two decisive factors inside and outside. The so-called social and cultural atmosphere is embodied in the influence of consumption atmosphere, customs and trends on consumers. For example, all kinds of money worship consumption criticized by public opinion are the influence of vulgar culture. The so-called internal factors mainly refer to what kind of spiritual realm and value orientation consumers treat consumption, and what they show through consumption is some cultural mentality. Marketers interested in global expansion are especially interested in understanding cross-cultural differences in purchasing and consumption. For instance, Ferrari, one of the world's top brands, found that Chinese consumers are very different from their Western counterparts. Whereas consumers in the US, UK and Australia expect to wait 12 months for a custom-made Ferrari, prospective Chinese buyers want to drive the vehicle off the showroom floor. China is an instant gratification market. Buyers see their friends riding around in a luxury car and want to have the same as quickly as possible. To meet the growing demand for luxury goods, Ferrari and other luxury car makers have been forced to modify their production processes for Asian markets. 84. Subcultures. Edit. Harley-Davidson enthusiasts are an example of a consumption subculture. Subcultures may be based on age, geographic, religious, racial, and ethnic differences. More often, however, a subculture occurs when people with shared interests form a loose-knit group with a distinctive identity, sometimes called consumer tribes. Members of subcultures are self-selected, and signal their membership status by adopting symbols, rituals, or behaviors that are widely understood by other members of the tribe, for example a dress code, hairstyle, or even a unique way of speaking. For example, within youth culture it is possible to identify a number of subgroups with common interests such as skaters and bladers, surfers, ravers, punks, skinheads, goths, homies, and others. Generally known as communities, as they create a sense of belonging to something important. A different type of subculture is a consumption subculture, which is based on a shared commitment to a common brand or product. In other words, consumption subcultures cut across demographic, geographic, and social boundaries. The most well-known example of a consumption subculture is that of Harley-Davidson motorcycle owners. Ethnographic researchers who have studied Harley riders believe that there are only two types of motorcyclists, Harley owners and the rest. 85. Harley-Davidson has leveraged the values of this subculture by establishing the Harley Owners Group, HOG. 86. Members of the goth subculture share a dress code. Subcultures are important to marketers for several reasons. Firstly, given that subcultures can represent sizable market segments which are profitable and influential, there are obvious advantages in developing and selling products and services that meet the needs of subculture members. Secondly, and perhaps less obviously, many new fads and fashions emerge spontaneously from within these tribal groups. Trend spotters are accordingly interested in studying the lifestyles and activities of tribes in an effort to spot new trends before they go mainstream. Social class. Edit. Social class refers to relatively homogeneous divisions in a society, typically based on socio-economic variables such as educational attainment, income, and occupation. Social class can be very difficult to define and measure. However, marketers around the world tend to use a conventional classification which divides any given population into 5 socio-economic quintiles. For example, in Australia the groups A, B, C, D, E and F, G, where AB is the top socio-economic quintile, but in much of Asia the quintiles are labelled I, 2, 3, 4 and V, where I is the top quintile. In Australia, for example, the AB socio-economic group account for just 24% of the population, but control 50% of discretionary spending. 87. The top quintiles, i.e. AB socio-economic segments, are of particular interest to marketers of luxury goods and services such as travel, dining out, entertainment, luxury cars, investment or wealth management services, upmarket consumer electronics, and designer labels, for example Louis Vuitton. However, middle-class consumers tend to consume more carefully in comparison and collect information to compare different producers in the same line. Those who are lower-class consumers tend to buy more on impulse in comparison to the wealthy class who purchases goods to maintain social status. 88. Reference groups. Edit. A reference group is defined as a group whose presumed perspectives or values are being used by an individual as the basis for his or her judgment, opinions, and actions. Reference groups are important because they are used to guide an individual's attitudes, beliefs and values. 58. Insights into how consumers acquire a given value system can be obtained from an understanding of group influence and group socialization processes. The family, a primary reference group, exerts a strong influence on attitudes and behaviors. The literature identifies 5 broad types of reference group: primary, secondary, aspirational, dissociative and formal. Primary groups such as family, that exert a strong influence on attitudes and behaviors. Secondary groups such as clubs, societies, sports teams, political parties, religions that align with a person's ideas or values, but exert a less fundamental influence on the formation of attitudes and behaviors. Aspirational groups to which an individual does not currently belong, but possibly aspires to become a member because the group possesses characteristics which are admired. Disassociative reference groups, a group which has a negative image. Individuals may disapprove of the disassociative group's values, attitudes or behaviors and may seek to distance themselves from such groups. 54. Opinion leaders can act like reference groups in that they exert considerable social influence because of their product knowledge, expertise and credibility. In the marketing literature, opinion leaders are also known as influencers, mavens, and even hubs. 89. Opinion leaders are specific to a product category, so that an opinion leader for computers is not likely to be an opinion leader for fashion. Typically, opinion leaders have high levels of involvement with the product category, are heavy users of the category, and tend to be early adopters of new technologies within the category. Journalists, celebrities, and bloggers are good examples of an opinion leader due to their broad social networks and increased ability to influence people's decisions. 54. Indeed, recent evidence suggests that bloggers may be emerging as a more important group of opinion leaders than celebrities. 90. In order to leverage the value of opinion leaders in marketing strategies, it is important to be able to identify the unique opinion leaders for each category or situation, and this can be very challenging. Some techniques that can be used are through key informants, sociometric techniques and self-questionnaires. 91. More often, however, marketers use gut instinct to identify opinion leaders. For example, marketers of athletic shoes have been known to provide gym and aerobic instructors with free shoes in the hope that class members will adopt the same brand as the instructor. Marketers of cosmetics and skincare preparations regularly provide fashion editors with free samples in the hope that their products will be mentioned in fashion magazines. Influences on consumer purchasing behaviors during the COVID-19 pandemic. Edit. Evidence shows that certain consumer purchasing behaviors rose to prominence during the COVID-19 pandemic, 92, as result of external and internal factors. Namely, behaviors such as compulsive buying, impulsive buying, panic buying, and revenge buying, where panic buying and revenge buying were most noticeable, proved as a coping strategy for alleviating consumers' negative responses to the pandemic. 93. Panic buying occurs when consumers purchase more things than usual as a consequence of adverse feelings of fear, anxiety and uncertainty surrounding a crisis or disruptive event. 94. Such purchases tend to be excessive in relation to the perceived threat. 95. During the pandemic, panic buying of necessities, such as food and hygiene products, increased across the globe. 93. Consider, in particular, that Australia faced an unprecedented spike in toilet paper sales, prompting comments from its Prime Minister. 96. Panic buying in response to an irrational fear of scarcity of products and heightened urgency to procure coveted items provided a sense of control for consumers during the pandemic, notwithstanding a loss of control to the social, professional and health environments around them. 95. In addition to panic buying throughout the pandemic, revenge buying was apparent during periods when non-essential stores reopened after COVID-19 related lockdowns. 93. Revenge buying was specifically observed in physical luxury retail stores. 93. For example, it was reported that an Hermes store in Guangzhou, China, made $2.7 million in the first day it opened after lockdown, where consumers' purchases ranged from leather goods, scarves and homewares to a diamond-studded Birkin bag, among other things. 97. The purchase of luxury products, where luxury is defined as high quality, expensive and non-necessary, 98, is associated with positive emotions, often to compensate for negative feelings. 99. Namely, revenge buying of luxury products provided an emotional release and a sense of belonging, esteem, and self-actualization during the COVID-19 pandemic, in which people were frustrated and psychologically discomforted. 100. Such purchases can be said to have achieved sensory gratification as well as problem avoidance for consumers. 93. It is clear that consumers sought to obtain internal happiness through consumption as a response to external health crises and social distancing measures. 101. Both panic buying and revenge buying were compensatory in nature and therapeutic in nature, an attempt for consumers to control an external situation that was out of their internal control, as well as provide comfort, security, and improvement of well-being. 93. Due to the environmental trends, people begin to shop online more to avoid physical stores and stay contactless. Customers will spend more on sportswear than on professional dressing in 2020, and technology products related to teleworking, such as Zoom, also have more consumers than before. 102. Besides, studies have suggested that after the pandemic, people's awareness of environmental hazards and society's responsibility to save the planet increased, so societies changed their shopping behavior during the pandemic. People will choose sustainable products even though they cost more. In addition, stores and brands can adopt sustainable marketing to build a new brand image to attract customers. 103. Cannon and Kuckany also illustrate some phenomena led by the channel migration caused by COVID-19. The first phenomenon is that customers are more open-minded to trying new brands and products because of the limitation of online channels of certain brands. The second phenomenon is that the long-time pandemic restrictions make customers who use online channels as substitutes for their offline purchases initially. Now those customers have learned how to effectively use online channels for their daily lives. 102. Consumer decision styles. Edit. Those who shop for pleasure are said to be recreational shoppers. A number of theorists have argued that certain fundamental decision-making styles can be identified. 104, 105. A decision-making style is defined as a mental orientation characterizing a consumer's approach to making choices. 106. Sproles and Kendall, 1986, developed a consumer style inventory, CSI, consisting of 8 factors, such as price sensitivity, quality consciousness, brand consciousness, novelty seeking, fashion consciousness, and habit. Based on these factors, the authors developed a typology of 8 distinct decision-making styles. Sad Smiley 107. Quality conscious / perfectionist, characterized by a consumer's search for the very best quality in products. Quality-conscious consumers tend to shop systematically, making more comparisons and shopping around to compare quality and value. Brand-conscious, characterized by a tendency to buy expensive, well-known brands, or designer labels. Those who score high on brand consciousness tend to believe that the higher prices are an indicator of quality and exhibit a preference for department stores or top-tier retail outlets. The concept of brand consciousness can be defined as the awareness of the brand and its product offerings that are quite distinctive from the other brands in the market, having a competitive advantage. The consumers are very concerned about what the brand company thinks about its name and products. Recreation conscious / hedonistic, characterized by the consumer's engagement in the purchase process. Those who score high on recreation consciousness regard shopping itself as a form of enjoyment. Price conscious, characterized by price and value consciousness. Price-conscious shoppers carefully shop around seeking lower prices, sales, or discounts and are motivated by obtaining the best value for money. Novelty / fashion-conscious, characterized by a consumer's tendency to seek out new products or new experiences for the sake of excitement, who gain excitement from seeking new things. They like to keep up to date with fashions and trends. Variety seeking is associated with this dimension. Impulsive, characterized by carelessness in making purchase decisions, spur-of-the-moment purchases, and lack of significant concern with expenditure levels or obtaining value. Those who score high on impulsive dimensions tend not to be engaged with the object at either a cognitive or emotional level. Confused, by overchoice, characterized by a consumer's confusion caused by too many product choices, too many stores, or an overload of product information. A result of information overload. Habitual / brand loyal, characterized by a consumer's tendency to follow a routine purchase pattern on each purchase occasion. Consumers have favorite brands or stores and have formed habits in choosing, so the purchase decision does not involve much evaluation or shopping around. The Consumer Styles Inventory, CSI, has been extensively tested and retested in a wide variety of countries and purchasing contexts. 108. Many empirical studies have observed cross-cultural variations in decision styles, leading to numerous adaptations or modifications of the CSI scale for use in specific countries. 109. Consumer decision styles are important for marketers because they describe behaviors that are relatively stable over time and are therefore useful for market segmentation. 110. Other topics in consumer behavior. Edit. The purchase of an upmarket sports car carries both financial risk and social risk, because it is an expensive purchase and it makes a highly visible statement about the driver. In addition to understanding the purchasing decision, marketers are interested in a number of different aspects of consumer behavior that occur before, during, and after making a purchase choice. Areas of particular interest include risk perception and risk reduction activities, brand switching, channel switching, brand loyalty, customer citizenship behaviors, and post-purchase behavioral intentions and behaviors including brand advocacy, referrals, word-of-mouth activity, etc. Risk perception and risk reduction activities. Edit. The consumer's perceptions of risk are a major consideration in the pre-purchase stage of the purchasing decision. Perceived risk is defined as the consumer's perceptions of the uncertainty and adverse consequences of engaging in an activity. 111. Risk consists of two dimensions: consequences, which refer to the degree of importance or the severity of an outcome, and uncertainty, which is the consumer's subjective assessment of the likelihood of occurrence. 112. For example, many tourists are fearful of air travel because, although the probability of being involved in an airline accident is very low, the consequences are potentially dire. The marketing literature identifies many different types of risk, of which 5 are the most frequently cited. Sad Smiley 113. Facilitating trial of a product may help to alleviate risk perceptions. Financial risk, the potential financial loss in the event of a poor decision. Performance risk, also known as functional risk, the idea that a product or service will not perform as intended. Physical risk, the potential for physical harm if something goes wrong with a purchase. Social risk, the potential for loss of social status associated with a purchase. Psychological risk, the potential for a purchase to result in a loss of self-esteem. If a consumer perceives a purchase to be risky, they will engage in strategies to reduce the perceived risk until it is within their tolerance levels, or, if they are unable to do so, withdraw from the purchase. 114. Thus, the consumer's perceptions of risk drive information search activities. Services marketers have argued that risk perception is higher for services because they lack the search attributes of products, i.e., tangible properties that can be inspected prior to consumption. 115. In terms of risk perception, marketers and economists identify 3 broad classes of purchase: search goods, experience goods, and credence goods, with implications for consumer evaluation processes. 116. Search goods, which include most tangible products, possess tangible characteristics that allow consumers to evaluate quality prior to purchase and consumption. Experience goods, such as restaurants and clubs, can only be evaluated with certainty after purchase or consumption. In the case of credence goods, such as many professional services, the consumer finds it difficult to fully appreciate the quality of the goods even after purchase and consumption has occurred. Difficulties evaluating quality after consumption may arise because the cost of obtaining information is prohibitive, or because the consumer lacks the requisite skills and knowledge to undertake such evaluations. These goods are called credence products because the consumer's quality evaluations depend entirely on the trust given to the product manufacturer or service provider. 117. Typical risk reduction strategies used include Sad Smiley 118, 119. Prospective purchasers carefully inspect the merchandise before purchasing expensive gold jewelry. Advertising and promotional messages. Pay closer attention to product or brand-related promotion including advertising messages. Shopping around, comparing offers and prices, inspecting the merchandise. Buy known brand, using a known, reputable brand as an indicator of quality merchandise. Buy from reputable store, relying on a reputable retail outlet as an indicator of quality. Product reviews, reading independent reviews in main media, for example newspapers, magazines, written by independent experts. Online product reviews or consumer-generated testimonials, reading about the experiences of other consumers, for example TripAdvisor, Amazon customer reviews. Sampling or limited-scale trial, where practical, obtaining samples, free trial or a test drive prior to purchase. Manufacturer specifications, reading information provided by manufacturers for example brochures or specs. Referrals, obtaining referrals from friends or relatives. Sales representatives. Talking to sales reps in retail outlets. Product guarantees, looking for formal guarantees or warranties. New product adoption and diffusion of innovations. Edit. See also, diffusion of innovations and base diffusion model. The diffusion of innovations according to Rogers. As successive groups of consumers adopt the innovation, shown in blue, its market share, yellow, will eventually reach saturation level. Within consumer behavior, a particular area of interest is the study of how innovative new products, services, ideas, or technologies spread through groups. Insights about how innovations are diffused, i.e., spread, through populations can assist marketers to speed up the new product adoption process and fine-tune the marketing program at different stages of the diffusion process. In addition, diffusion models provide benchmarks against which new product introductions can be tracked. A sizable body of literature has been devoted to the diffusion of innovation. 120. Research studies tend to fall into two broad categories: general diffusion research, which is an approach that seeks to understand the general process of diffusion, and applied diffusion research, which consists of studies that describe the diffusion of specific products at particular moments in time or within given social communities. 121. Collectively, these studies suggest a certain regularity in the adoption process. Initially few members adopt the innovation, but over time successive, overlapping waves of people begin to adopt the innovation. 122. This pattern contributes to a generalized S-shaped curve, as shown in the figure at right. However, the exact shape and timing of curves varies in different product markets, such that some innovations are diffused relatively quickly, while others can take many years to achieve broad market acceptance. The diffusion model developed by Everett Rogers is widely used in consumer marketing because it segments consumers into 5 groups, based on their rate of new product adoption. 123. Rogers defines the diffusion of innovation as the process by which that innovation is communicated through certain channels over time among the members of a social system. 124. Thus the diffusion process has a number of elements: the innovation, the communication channels, time, and the social system. An innovation is any new idea, object or process that is perceived as new by members of the social system. Communication channels are the means by which information about the innovation is transmitted to members of the social system and may include mass media, digital media, and personal communications between members of the social system. Time refers to the rate at which the innovation is picked up by the members of the social system. Table 1, Adopter Categories, 125. Adopter Group. proportion of all adopters. Psychosocial and demographic characteristics. Innovators. 2.5%. Adopt new products or concepts well ahead of the social community. Venturesome, like new ideas. Are willing to accept some uncertainty / risk in purchase decision making. Are active information seekers. Cosmopolitan, move in broad social circles. Have access to financial resources, which helps absorb potential losses when innovations fail. Tend to be heavy users or category enthusiasts. For example, tech heads are the first to adopt new communications technologies. Tend to be younger, well-educated, and affluent. Early adopters. 13.5%. Second group to adopt new products or concepts. Not too far ahead of the community in terms of innovativeness. Have the respect of their social communities. Potential adopters look to early adopters as role models. Are important opinion leaders. Higher social status and well-educated. Early majority. 34%. Third group to adopt new products or concepts. Adopt innovations only marginally ahead of the community average. Tend to be more deliberate in purchase decision making. Average social status and education levels. Late majority. 34%. Adopt new products or concepts slightly later than average. Skeptical in purchase decision making. Adoption is often a response to social community pressures. Laggards. 16%. Last group to adopt new products or concepts. Highly cautious, need to be confident that an innovation will not fail before purchasing. Are the most risk-averse of all adopter segments, dislike change. Traditionalists, resistant to change, look to the past. Somewhat isolated within their social community. Often adopt innovations when they are becoming obsolete. Tend to be older, less well-educated, and less affluent. A number of factors contribute to the rate at which innovations are diffused through a social community. 126. Facilitating a test drive can encourage consumers to speed up adoption rates. Relative advantage, the degree to which an innovation is perceived to be superior to alternatives. Compatibility, the extent to which an innovation fits in with an individual's values, lifestyles and past experiences. Complexity, the degree to which an innovation is perceived to be easy or difficult to understand and use. Trialability, the extent to which an individual can experiment with the innovation on a limited scale prior to adoption. Observability, the degree to which the results of the innovation are visible to other members of the social community. Innovations with some or all of these factors are more likely to be adopted quickly. Accordingly, marketing communications may stress the innovation's relative benefits over other solutions to the consumer's problem. Marketing messages may also focus on compatibility and observability. Marketers can also facilitate adoption by offering limited-scale trial, for example samples, test drives, sale on approval, enabling consumers to develop an understanding of the innovation and how it is used prior to purchase. Studies have shown that the diffusion rate for many new technologies is speeding up. 127. The figure in the household penetration of selected communications technologies report illustrates U.S. household penetration rates of selected communications technologies, measured as a percentage of all households. 128. The slope of the curve becomes steeper with each successive innovation, indicating a more rapid diffusion rate. For example, it took decades for the telephone to achieve 50% penetration rates beginning in around 1900, but it took less than 5 years for cell phones to achieve the same penetration rates. In order to explain the increasing pace of adoption, some have pointed to supply-side issues such as reduced barriers to entry and lower costs of innovation, 129, 130, while others have argued that consumers drive adoption rates because they place a high value on the convenience of new innovations. 131. Brand switching. Edit. Brand switching occurs when a consumer chooses to purchase a different brand from their regular or customary brand. Consumers switch brands for a variety of reasons, including that the store did not have the regular brand or the consumer's desire for variety or novelty in brand choice. In the fast-moving consumer goods market, FMCG, the incidence of switching is relatively high. A great deal of marketing activity is targeted at brand switchers. Rossiter and Bellman have proposed a classification of consumers based on brand loyalty /switching behavior. Sad Smiley 132. Brand loyals. Purchase preferred brand on almost every purchase occasion. Favorable brand switchers exhibit moderate preference for the brand or brands that they buy and can be readily enticed to purchase competing brands. Other brand switchers normally purchase a competing brand, possibly because they are unaware of our brand or due to a negative experience with our brand. New category users. Those who are unaware of a category but have potential to become new users. Marketers are particularly interested in understanding the factors that lead to brand switching. A global, large sample survey carried out by Nielsen shows that 4 in 10 shoppers, 41%, said that getting a better price would encourage them to switch brands, or service provider /retailer. 26% said quality was an incentive to switch, 15% looked for a better service agreement, and 8% said that improved features are a switching incentive. 133, however, cross-cultural differences were observed among respondents. Price was the major switch incentive for more than half of North Americans, 61%, and Europeans, 54%. But price and quality held equal sway in Asia Pacific and Middle East /Africa, with roughly 1/3 of respondents each in both regions reporting that both price and quality were the major incentives to switching. The concept of switching costs, also known as switching barriers, is pertinent to the understanding of brand switching. Switching costs refer to the costs incurred by a consumer when they switch from one supplier to another, or from one brand to another. Although switching costs are often monetary, the concept can also refer to psychological costs such as time, effort, and inconvenience incurred as a result of switching. When switching costs are relatively low, as in the case of many fast-moving consumer goods, FMCG, the incidence of brand switching tends to be higher. Citation needed. An example of switching that includes both monetary and psychological costs is when Android or Apple users wish to switch to a different platform. They would need to sacrifice their data, including purchased music tracks, apps, or media, and may also need to learn new routines to become an efficient user. Channel switching. Edit. The advent of category killers, such as Australia's Officeworks, has contributed to an increase in channel switching behavior. Channel switching, not to be confused with zapping or channel surfing on TV, is the action of consumers switching to a different purchasing environment, or distribution channel, to purchase goods, such as switching from brick-and-mortar stores to the Internet. 134. A major reason for this channel switching behavior is the convenience that online shopping provides for consumers. Consumers can shop online at any hour of the day, without having to drive, travel or walk to a physical store, and browse for as little or as much time as they please. The additional lure of online-only deals and discounts helps enforce a consumer's preference to shop online. Other factors for this shift are the globalization of markets, the advent of category killers, such as Officeworks and Kids R Us, as well as changes in the legal regulatory environment. For instance, in Australia and New Zealand, following a relaxation of laws prohibiting supermarkets from selling therapeutic goods, consumers are gradually switching away from pharmacies and towards supermarkets for the purchase of minor analgesics, cough and cold preparations and complementary medicines such as vitamins and herbal remedies. 135. For the consumer, channel switching offers a more diverse shopping experience. However, marketers need to be alert to channel switching because of its potential to erode market share. Evidence of channel switching can suggest that disruptive forces are at play, and that consumer behavior is undergoing fundamental changes. A consumer may be prompted to switch channels when the product or service can be found cheaper, when superior models become available, when a wider range is offered, or simply because it is more convenient to shop through a different channel, for example online or one-stop shopping. 136. As a hedge against market share losses due to switching behavior, some retailers engage in multi-channel retailing. 137. Impulse buying. Edit. According to 1962 research from Hawkins Stern, impulse purchases fall into 4 categories, including pure impulse buying, reminded impulse buying, suggestion impulse buying, and planned impulse buying. 138. While pure impulse buying involves a customer experiencing strong desire for a product they didn't initially plan to buy, reminded impulse buying occurs when a buyer remembers a need for a product by seeing it in a store. 47. 139. Suggestion impulse buying occurs when a consumer sees a product that they have no prior knowledge about, envisions a use for it, and decides that they need it, and planned impulse buying happens when a consumer's purchasing plan changes while shopping. Large family-sized cakes are more likely to be a planned purchase, while the individual portions are much more likely to be an unplanned purchase. 2013 research carried out by Nielsen International suggests that about 72% of FMCG purchases are planned, but that 28% of supermarket purchases are unplanned or impulse purchases. The top unplanned purchases in the food category are candy, lollies, chocolate, cookies, biscuits, frozen desserts, and snacks, and the top unplanned purchases in the non-food category are cosmetics, air fresheners, toothbrushes, hand soaps, and hand-forward/body lotions. 140. This explains why supermarkets place these types of products at the front of the store or near the checkout, where the consumer spends more time and is more likely to notice them and therefore more likely to pop them into the shopping basket. Retailers use insights from this type of research to design stores in ways that maximize opportunities for impulse buying. Affect, emotions, feelings and mood. Edit. The consumer's affective state has implications for a number of different dimensions of consumer behavior, including information search, evaluation of alternatives, product choice, service encounters, complaining, and advertising responses. Westbrook, 1987, p. 259, defines affect as a class of mental phenomena uniquely characterized by a consciously experienced, subjective feeling state, commonly accompanying emotions and moods. 141. Research suggests that affect plays an important role in underlying attitudes, as well as shaping evaluation and decision-making. 142. Consumer researchers have noted the difficulties separating the concepts of affect, emotions, feelings, and mood. The line between emotions and mood is difficult to draw, and consumer researchers often use the concepts interchangeably. 143. Yet other researchers note that a detailed understanding of the relationship between affect and consumer behavior has been hampered by the lack of research in the area. 144. Indeed, within the consumer behavior literature, there is widespread agreement that the role of emotions is an area that is currently under-researched and is in need of greater attention, both theoretically and empirically. Information search. Edit. Studies have found that people in a positive mood are more efficient at information search activities. That is, they are more efficient at processing information, are able to integrate information by identifying useful relationships and arrive at creative solutions to problems. Due to their efficiency processing information, those who are in a positive mood are generally quicker to make decisions and easier to please. Research consistently shows that people in a positive mood are more likely to evaluate information positively. 145. As online environments become more important as a consumer search tool, it may be prudent for web designers to consider site design issues such as ease of navigation, lest poor design contribute to customer frustration, thereby engendering a bad mood and ultimately leading to unfavorable product/brand evaluations. Choice. Edit. The immediate pleasure of eating candy often outweighs the longer-term benefit of a healthier food choice. Affect may play an important role in impulse buying decisions. Research suggests that consumers place higher weightings on immediate effective rewards and punishments, while delayed rewards receive less weighting. 146. For instance, the immediate pleasure of eating a sweet treat often outweighs the longer-term benefits of eating a healthy alternative such as fruit. This occurs because the immediate emotional gain is a strong driver, and one that consumers can readily visualize, whereas the more distant goal lacks sufficient strength to drive choice. Customer experience. Edit. Customers who are in a bad mood are more difficult to please. They are slower to process information and consequently take longer to make decisions. They tend to be more argumentative and are more likely to complain. Customer satisfaction. Edit. The relationship between affect and customer satisfaction is an area that has received considerable academic attention, especially in the services marketing literature. 147. The proposition that there is a positive relationship between affect and satisfaction is well supported in the literature. In a meta-analysis of the empirical evidence, carried out in 2001, Szymanski et al. Suggest that affect may be both an antecedent to and an outcome of satisfaction. Emotions elicited during consumption are proposed to leave affective traces in memory that are available for consumers to access and integrate into their satisfaction assessments. 148. A 2011 meta-analysis, 149, illustrates how both repurchase intent and loyalty enjoy a strong positive relationship, 0.54, with customer satisfaction. Another, 150, meta-analysis finds that the results indicate that both cognitive-related variables, including brand awareness, brand personality, and brand identity, and hedonic-related variables, including hedonic attitude, entertainment, and aesthetic appeal, have significant impacts on quality and value perceptions towards the brand, including perceived quality, reputation, brand image, perceived value, commitment, and trust. In addition, these variables are all significant predictors of brand loyalty. A third, 151, meta-analysis, from 2013 elaborates on the concept of brand personality, BP first. The key drivers of BP are communication with hedonic benefit claims, branding activities, a brand's country of origin, and consumer personalities. Second, the study finds that the effects of BP are stronger for mature brands than for brands in the early life cycle stages. Third, sincerity and competence have the strongest influence on brand success variables, for example, brand attitude, image, commitment, purchase intention, while excitement and ruggedness have the weakest influence on brand attitude and brand commitment. Advertising. Edit. Emotion can play an important role in advertising. In advertising, two different approaches to persuasion are common: A. Thinking ads that require cognitive processing, also known as the central route to persuasion, and B. Feeling ads that are processed at an emotional level, also known as the peripheral route. 152. Advertisers can bypass cognitive, rational processing, which can lead to counter-arguing by simply appealing to the emotions. Neuroimaging studies suggest that when evaluating brands, consumers primarily use emotions, personal feelings and experiences, rather than information, brand attributes, features, and facts. 153. It is relatively widely accepted that emotional responses require fewer processing resources, i.e. are easier, and also result in more enduring associations with the brand being advertised. 154. Feelings elicited by the advertising message can shape attitudes towards the brand and to the advertisement. 155. Customer loyalty. Edit. See also, loyalty marketing, customer retention, brand loyalty, loyalty program, and customer loyalty program. Customer loyalty, defined as the relationship between an individual's relative attitude and repeat patronage. Dick and Bajou, 1994, p. 99. Thus, by definition, loyalty has both an attitudinal component and a behavioral component. Dick and Bajou proposed 4 types of loyalty based on relative attitude and patronage behavior. Sad Smiley 156. Dick and Bajou's loyalty matrix: no loyalty. Characterized by low relative attitude and low repeat patronage behavior. May occur when competing brands are seen as similar, or in the case of new brands, or categories, where insufficient time has elapsed for loyalty to become established. Spurious loyalty. Characterized by low relative attitude and high repeat patronage. Spurious loyalty occurs when the consumer undertakes repeat purchasing due to situational factors such as access, convenience, or shelf placement. Spurious loyalty can also occur when there are no genuine alternatives, or the consumer is locked into purchasing a given brand due to some quasi-contractual arrangement or membership status which creates difficulties for switching. In other words, where switching costs are relatively high, high patronage behavior may be observed despite the absence of a favorable attitude towards the brand. An example would be a consumer who always purchases petrol from the same outlet on the way to work because there are no other outlets in the vicinity. Latent loyalty. Characterized by high relative attitude and low repeat patronage. Latent loyalty occurs when situational factors override strong favorable attitudes. For example, a person may have a preferred restaurant but may not patronize it due to the preferences of dining companions. Loyalty, i.e. true loyalty, characterized by favorable attitude and favorable patronage behavior. For marketers, true loyalty is the ideal situation. Frequent flyer schemes are among the most well-known of the reward programs. Loyalty marketing programs are built on the insight that it costs 5 to 20 times more to acquire a new customer than to retain an existing customer. 157. Marketers use a variety of loyalty programs to strengthen customer attitudes towards the brand, or service provider /retailer, in order to retain customers, minimize customer defections, and strengthen loyalty bonds with existing customers. Broadly, there are two types of program: reward and recognition programs. In a reward program, the customer accumulates points for each purchase, and the points can subsequently be exchanged for goods or services. 158. Recognition programs operate on a quasi-membership basis where the consumer is issued with a card that upon presentation leads to various entitlements such as free upgrades, special privileges, or access to products /services that are not normally available to non-members, and that acknowledge the loyal customer's VIP status. 159. For example, a hotel might recognize loyal patrons by providing a complimentary fruit bowl and bottle of champagne in the room on arrival. Whereas reward programs are motivated by the consumer's desire for material possessions, recognition programs are motivated by the consumer's need for esteem, recognition, and status. Many commercial loyalty programs are hybrid schemes, combining elements of both reward and recognition. In addition, not all reward programs are designed to encourage loyalty. Certain reward programs are designed to encourage other types of positive customer behavior, such as the provision of referrals or providing positive word-of-mouth (WOM) recommendations. 160. Loyalty marketing can involve the use of databases and sophisticated software to analyze and profile customer loyalty segments with a view to identifying the most desirable segments, setting goals for each segment, and ultimately attempting to increase the size of the loyal customer base. Customer citizenship behavior. Edit. Customer citizenship behavior is the labor that customers do for brands out of loyalty. 161. The services marketing literature, WHO, identifies 7 distinct types of citizenship behavior. Sad Smiley 162. Voice, when customers direct their complaint to the service provider in order to rectify and maintain the relationship. Display of affiliation. Policing, the observation of other customers to ensure their appropriate behavior. Flexibility, service improvement, providing ideas and suggestions for organizations, word-of-mouth referrals, and benevolent acts of service. Internet consumer behavior. Edit. Traditional models of consumer behavior were developed by scholars such as Fishbein and Achzen, 163, and Howard and Sheth, 164, in the 1960s and 70s. More recently, Shun and Yoonji have argued that online consumer behavior is different to offline behavior and as a consequence requires new theories or models. 165. After COVID-19, online consumer behavior seems more essential, because since COVID-19 began, there were about 31% more people started shopping online, with 43% of all respondents compared to only 12% of respondents before COVID-19. 166. Research has identified 2 types of consumer value in purchasing, namely product value and shopping value. Product value is likely to be similar for both online and offline shoppers. However, the shopping experience will be substantially different for online shoppers. In an offline shopping environment, consumers derive satisfaction from being within the physical store environment or retail landscape, hedonic motivations. In the case of online purchasing, shoppers derive satisfaction from their ability to navigate a website and the convenience of online searching, which allows them to compare prices and shop around with minimal time commitment. Thus, the online consumer is motivated by more utilitarian factors. 167. Different types of online behavior. Edit. Consumers may use online platforms for various stages of the purchase decision. Some consumers use online sources simply to acquire information about planned purchases. Others use online platforms for making the actual purchase. In other situations, consumers may also use online platforms to engage in post-purchase behaviors, such as staying connected with a brand by joining a brand community. Or they may become a brand advocate by posting a product review online, or providing brand referrals via social media. Some e-commerce providers have encountered a challenge in courting consumers who seek information online, but still prefer to turn to bricks-and-mortar retailers for their purchase. To understand the needs and habits of these and other kinds of online shoppers, online marketers have segmented consumers into different kinds of online behavior in accordance with their online behavioral characteristics. Lewis and Lewis, 1997, identified 5 market segments based on the way that consumers use the Internet in the purchase decision process. Sad Smiley 168. Directed information seekers are users that primarily look for information about a product or service online, but there is no guarantee that they may be converted into online buyers. Undirected information seekers are newcomers to a product or service. They are more likely to interact with online prompts, and click through to web pages linked in advertising. Directed buyers have a predetermined mindset and wish to purchase a specific product or service online. Bargain hunters are price-sensitive users that like to discover products during sales promotions. For these users, discounts are a major attraction to online sales conversion. Entertainment seekers are online consumers that are attracted to marketing delivered as a fun activity. Interactive online games could be useful in attracting this kind of customer. A typology of online consumer behavior. Edit. Wendy Mo, 2003, 169, argues that in the offline environment, consumers who are shopping in stores can be easily classified by experienced sales employees only by watching their shopping behaviors. Such classification may not appear online, but Mo and Fader, 170, argued that it is feasible to predict practical buying, surfing, and searching action online by investigating click patterns and repetition of visit within online behavior. In addition, a report of e-consultancy about benchmarking of user experience outlined 3 kinds of online consuming behavior as a valuable classification for the research of design of web pages to better serve different kinds of consuming behavior. The 3 categories are trackers, hunters, and explorers. Trackers are the online consumers who are exactly looking for a product that they definitely wish to buy. They use the Internet for the information about its price, delivery methods, post-purchase service, and so on. Once they have found the proper information, little effort is needed to let them do the business. Hunters just know the categories of the product that they need, for instance, a novel for leisure time. However, they have not made specific decision on whose novel to buy. They use the Internet to find a list of product of their needed categories to make comparison. This kind of online consumer needs advice and help to do their business. Explorers do not even have the categories of product on their minds. In fact, they just want to buy something online. There is more uncertainty of this type of online consumers. Influence of the Internet on buying process. Edit. Table 171, Internet's impact on buying process. Stage in. Buying process. 1. Unaware. 2. Aware of product need. Develop specification. 3. Supplier. Search. 4. Evaluate and select. 5. Purchase. 6. Post-purchase evaluation and feedback. Communications. Objectives. Generate awareness. Position features. Benefit and brand. Lead generation. From range of customers. Assist purchase. Decision. Facilitate purchase. Support use and retain business. Internet marketing. Techniques. Banner advertising. PR, links. Website content. Plus search support. Search engines. Intermediates. Website content. Intermediates. Website content. Personalized website content. And interaction. As the preceding table shows, the first row indicates the process of a consumer buying a new product, while the second and third row illustrates the positive influences the Internet could have on buying process by creating effective communications with online consumers. For example, suppose a consumer carelessly sees an advertisement about laptops on WeChat, a popular Chinese social media developed by Tencent. He begins to feel that his laptop is a bit out of date and wants to buy a new one, which is the outcome of good advertisement placed on a daily internet tool. He does not know anything about how to buy a new one as business changes so fast today, so he searches on Google to find an answer. On the results page he finds promotional ads which mainly come from JD.com and Taobao, two competing Chinese online retailers in this field. He prefers to use JD.com, which provides detailed comparisons of brands, prices, locations, and methods of payment and delivery. After careful selection, he makes his order through JD.com via WeChat payment. JD.com has one of the fastest distribution channels within China, and it supports excellent post-purchase service to maintain its position in the market. The role of aesthetics and visual fluency in relation to consumer choice. Edit. Consumers decide whether or not they like a product within 90 seconds of viewing it for the first time. 172. Therefore, having an aesthetically pleasing product is essential in the marketplace. Studies in processing fluency and consumer behavior have revealed that people prefer visual displays that are easier to process and understand. 173. And when a product matches the user's associations with it, it is perceived as more attractive. 173. Visually fluent products draw upon consumers' pre-existing associations with their design elements, leading to a sense of familiarity and understanding with the product at hand. Visual cues such as color, composition, typography, and imagery are associated with the phenomenon of fluency. Color. Edit. See also, color psychology. No name brand is associated with economy and affordability. Because of yellow's associations with cheapness, this brand's logo is processed fluently and easily by consumers. Research in color psychology has shown 62 to 90% of consumer product assessment is based on color alone. 172. Indeed, colors have been shown to be linked to consumers' perceptions. 174. On a product's quality, reliability, and value. The colors blue and black are viewed as being more reliable, valuable, and expensive, while yellow, orange, and brown are associated with cheapness and low quality. 175. Therefore, a product intended to be perceived as high quality with a predominantly orange and brown palette would lack visual fluency and would likely fail to elicit a positive response with consumers. However, this can be advantageous if the consumer is already in the market for an item that is known to be inexpensive, in which case the use of yellow, orange, or brown would be appropriate. Color can also be used to signal brand personality. 176. Composition. Edit. Composition is another visual tool that has the ability to affect information processing and influence in consumer perceptions. Studies have shown that consumers in Western countries will associate products that are right-aligned or placed on the right side of a display to be higher quality. 177. Humans also have a center bias, which makes products that are centered or symmetrical in composition or display seem intrinsically more pleasing. 177. Products that are centered in composition or have centered elements are perceived as being more attractive, popular, and important than products that are left-aligned or right-aligned. 178. When an object is centered compositionally, it's easier for a viewer to interpret and understand. It becomes more fluent and is therefore viewed as being more aesthetically pleasing. 179. Imagery. Edit. Evidence has shown that pictorial imagery correlates to higher instances of consumer recall and recognition. Pictorial imagery is also easier to process and gains consumers' attention faster. 180. There is significant evidence that when consumers are presented with multiple choices, they will view objects more positively and more aesthetically pleasing when surrounded by congruent imagery. 179. After repeated exposure, this familiar imagery becomes incorporated into consumers' visual lexicon and they become fluent in it. Images with higher levels of visual fluency perceived as being more familiar, likable, and friendly and are therefore more likely to be chosen by consumers. 181. Typographic elements. Edit. Although studies have shown that of pictorial imagery is easier for consumers to process and understand, 180, the choice of typography remains an indispensable element of product design. Handwritten and scripted fonts are associated with individuality, femininity, and luxury, while sans serif fonts embody energy, cleanliness, and modernity. 182. Font size has also been shown to have a direct correlation on the emotional attributes assigned to a product. One study has shown that larger type size and weight is perceived as more intimidating and authoritative. 183. Although imagery reigns supreme in product design, type is processed just as easily as pictorial information when the consumer is already familiar with the product. Environmental impact. Edit. An aspect of individual action on climate change is consumer behavior that affects how much and what kinds of materials are used to produce goods and food, how much material is recycled or composted, how much ends up as pollution, how much ends up in landfills, where goods are produced, how far they travel, and the carbon footprint of manufacturing, transportation, and disposal. Green marketing targets consumers who take the environmental impact of their purchases into account. One 2017 study found no impact of green marketing on consumer behavior in Bangladesh. Citation needed. The study suggests policies be made that decrease the cost of eco-friendly products. It also encourages the implementation of programs which raise consumer awareness regarding the issue of green consumption. There are psychological factors which contribute to a consumer's perception surrounding their personal contributions to climate change-inducing actions. One of the more well-studied biases is referred to as the better-than-average, or self-enhancing bias. 184. This bias depicts an individual's tendency to perceive that their actions are superior, especially when compared to peers or demographically similar consumers. It has been found that this cognitive bias is indeed present when considering how consumers perceive their pro-environmental efforts. 184. This may be a result of information about climate change leading to feelings of guilt and concern, which activates an unconscious thought process, denial, the better-than-average effect, and other cognitive reactions, that leads to a reduced perception of the threat of climate change. It is a mental defense mechanism that ultimately leads to a reduction in perceived individual responsibility to take part in green behaviors and one planet living. 184. Research methods used. Edit. See also, advertising research. To gain insights into consumer behavior, researchers uses the standard battery of market research methods such as surveys, depth interviews, and focus groups. Increasingly, researchers are turning to newer methodologies and technologies in an effort to seek deeper understandings of why consumers behave in certain ways. These newer methods include ethnographic research, also known as participant observation, and neuroscience, as well as experimental lab designs. In addition, researchers often turn to separate disciplines for insights with potential to inform the study of consumer behavior. For instance, behavioral economics is adding new insights into certain aspects of consumer behavior. Ethnographic research. Edit. Product usage studies are used to improve packaging design. Ethnographic research or ethnography has its origins in anthropology. However, marketers use ethnographic research to study the consumer in terms of cultural trends, lifestyle factors, attitudes, and the way that social context influences product selection, consumption, and usage. Ethnographic research, also called participant observation, attempts to study consumer behavior in natural settings rather than in artificial environments such as labs. Different types of ethnographic research are used in marketing, including winking sad smiley 185. Observed product usage, observing regular product usage at home or work, to gain insights into how products are opened, prepared, consumed, stored, disposed, etc. to gain insights into the usefulness of packaging, labeling, and general usage. Day in the life studies, extended visits during product usage situations to gain insights into norms and consumer expectations. Accompanied purchase or shop-alongs, researcher accompanies a shopper on a purchase expedition to gain insights into consumer responses to merchandising and other sales tactics. Cultural studies, similar to traditional ethnography, extended stays with a group or tribe with a view to uncovering the fundamental rules and conventions that govern behavior. Guerrilla ethnography, random observations in public settings to help establish research questions or to gain quick insights into specific behaviors. Mystery shopping. Observations in the retail context with a view to gaining insights into the customer's service experience. Multiple methodologies, combining ethnographic research methods with conventional research techniques with a view to triangulating results. Trend spotters such as Faith Popcorn's Brain Reserve make extensive use of ethnographic research to spot emergent trends. 186. Consumer neuroscience. Edit. Neuromarketing uses sophisticated biometric sensors such as EEG to study consumer responses to specific stimuli. Consumer neuroscience, also known as neuromarketing, refers to the commercial use of neuroscience when applied to the investigation of marketing problems and consumer research. Some researchers have argued that the term consumer neuroscience is preferred over neuromarketing or other alternatives. 187, 188. Consumer neuroscience employs sophisticated biometric sensors, such as electroencephalography, EEG, functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, and eye tracking, 189, to study the ways that consumers respond to specific stimuli such as product displays, brands, packaging information, or other marketing signals. Such tests reveal stimuli that trigger the brain's pleasure center. Consumer neuroscience has become a mainstream component of consumer research methods. International market research company Nielsen Research has recently added neuromarketing to its services by acquiring Interscope, a company specializing in neuromarketing research, thus enabling Nielsen to add neuromarketing research to the suite of services available to clients. 190. Consumer neuroscience research has led to some surprising findings. Framing price or value. For example, one study reported on a magazine subscription where potential subscribers were offered two options: an online subscription for $59, or a combined online and print for $129 a year. Most people chose the online-only option. However, when a third option was introduced, print only for $129, i.e. the decoy, the online and print option seemed like better value and a significant number of people switched to that option. In other words, the decoy price assists in framing value. 191. Marketers use a variety of methods to frame value, for example quote monthly payment options rather than a single all-inclusive price. Choice fatigue. Research by Sheena Iyengar experimented with the number of gourmet jams on display. When consumers were faced with a large number of alternatives, 24 jams, 60% of consumers stopped and looked, but only a few, 3%, actually made a purchase. However, when consumers faced with fewer brands, 6 jams, were more likely to make a purchase, with 30% going on to buy something. Similar results have been observed in other categories. The findings suggest that while consumers appreciate being given some choice, the process of making a selection is painful and can lead to choice fatigue. 192. An issue for marketers and retailers is to determine the sweet spot where consumers are given sufficient choice to satisfy their desire for variety, but not become overwhelmed by it. Decision paralysis. One study examined the wording used to solicit philanthropic donations. Consumers were exposed to variance in the advertising copy execution. Would you be willing to help by giving a donation? And would you be willing to help by giving a donation? Every penny will help. Those given the second option were almost twice as likely to donate. The researchers concluded that people are more likely to take action when given parameters. By clarifying that even a penny could make a difference, the second line provides guidance and makes the request more achievable. 193. For marketers, the implication is that when asking consumers to take an action, specifying a small step helps to break through the action paralysis. This finding also suggests that even small differences in advertising copy can lead to improved outcomes. Action instructions will make the advertisement more purposeful. See also. Edit. Advertising management explains how consumer behaviors concepts are used to develop advertising strategies. Advertising research provides background on how consumer behavior concepts inform research methods used in understanding advertising effectiveness. Attitude toward the ad models. Brand awareness, detailed explanation of brand awareness. Brand management explains how consumer behavior concepts are used to manage brand awareness and brand growth through the product life cycle. Buying decision process offers an alternative explanation to the consumer buying decision process. Consumer culture theory offers a cultural approach to consumer behavior. Consumer socialization. Consumer confusion. Food and Brand Lab. Marketing research provides background on how consumer behavior concepts inform the research methods used in marketing, consumer behavior, brand awareness and advertising management. Predictive buying. Product life cycle management, marketing. Detailed explanation of how consumer awareness changes over the product's life cycle, and how this calls for different strategies at each stage. Superstition / consumer behavior. Window shopping. References. Edit. Commentor-daily, M. A History of Marketing Thought, ch. in Contemporary Issues in Marketing and Consumer Behavior, Elizabeth Parsons and Pauline McLaren, eds, Routledge, 2009, pp 24-25. Seth, J.N., History of Consumer Behavior, A Marketing Perspective, in Historical Perspective in Consumer Research, National and International Perspectives, Jagdish N. Seth and Chin Chung Tan, eds, Singapore, Association for Consumer Research, 1985, pp 5-7. Fullerton, I. The Birth of Consumer Behavior, Motivation Research in the 1950s, Journal of Historical Research in Marketing, Volume 5, No. 2, 2013, pp. 212-222. Commentor-daily, M. A History of Marketing Thought, ch. in Contemporary Issues in Marketing and Consumer Behavior, Elizabeth Parsons and Pauline McLaren, eds, Routledge, 2009, p. 28. Plasman, Hilk, Ramsey, Thomas Zoger, Mila Safaljevic, Milakar, January 2012. Branding the Brain, A Critical Review and Outlook. Journal of Consumer Psychology. 22, 1-1836-10.1000/j.jcps.2011.11.010. ISSN 1057-7408. Cards, F. Cronley, M. and Klein, T. Consumer Behavior, Mason, O. Southwestern Cengage, 2011 7p. What is a consumer? Definition and meaning. Business Dictionary. Archived from the original on 28 July 2020. Retrieved 9 November 2023. Cards, F. Cronley, M. and Klein, T. Consumer Behavior, Mason, O. Southwestern Cengage, 2011 9p. Sassatelli, R. Consumer Culture, History, Theory and Politics, Sage, 2007, p. 10. Cards, F. Cronley, M. and Klein, T. Consumer Behavior, Mason, O. Southwestern Cengage, 2011 pp 10-11. Foxall, G. Foundations of Consumer Behavior Analysis, Marketing Theory, Volume 1, No. 2, pp 165199. Lynn R. Carl, Angeline G. Close, 2011. Consumer Behavior Knowledge for Effective Sports and Event Marketing. New York, Routledge. ISBN 978-0-415-87358-1. Elizabeth A. Minton, Lynn R. Carl, 2014. Belief Systems, Religion, and Behavioral Economics. New York, Business Expert Press LLC. ISBN 978-1-60649-704-3. Scoofer, Klaus, Word of Mouth Influences on the Choice of Recommendation Sources, 1998. ISBN 978-3838641454. Belch, G. Belch, M. O. K. G. and Powell, I. Advertising and Promotion Management, An Integrated Marketing Communication Perspective, McGraw-Hill, Sydney, Australia, 2009, p.126. Mullay Nathan, Sendil, Schaefer, Elder, 2013. Scarcity, Why Having Too Little Means So Much, 1st ed. New York, Henry Holt and Company. ISBN 9780805092646. Rossiter, J.R. and Percy, L. Advertising Communication Models, in Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 12, Elizabeth C. Hirschman and Maurice B. Holbrook, eds. Provo, UT, Association for Consumer Research, 1985, pp 510-524, online, http://website.org/volumes/6443/volumes/v12/now-12 or http://www.website.org/search/conference-proceedings.asp:/ID=6443. Kenway, J. and Bullen, E. Consuming Children, Education, Entertainment, Advertising, Buckingham, Open University Press, 2001. Sanduzen, R.L., Marketing, 2000. Compare S218. Sanduzen, Richard L. Marketing, 2000. Compare S219. J. Scott Armstrong, 1991. Prediction of Consumer Behavior by Experts and Novices. Journal of Consumer Research. 18, 2251256-10.1086/209257. Egan, J. Marketing Communications, London, Thomson Learning, pp 54-55. Punch, G. and Srinivasan, N. Influence of Problem Recognition on Search and Other Decision Process Variables, A Framework for Analysis, in Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 19, John F. Sherry, Jr. and Brian Sternthal, eds. Provo, UT, Association for Consumer Research, 1992, pp 491497, online, http://website.org/volumes/7348/volumes/v19/now-19. Riley, M. and Parkinson, T.L., Individual and Product Correlates of Evoked Set Size for Consumer Package Goods, in Elizabeth C. Hirschman and Maurice B. Holbrook, eds. Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 12, Provo, UT, Association for Consumer Research, pp 492497, online, http://website.org/volumes/6440/volumes/v12/now-12. Clements, Eric K. 2008. How Information Changes Consumer Behavior and How Consumer Behavior Determines Corporate Strategy. Journal of Management Information Systems. 25, 21340.10.200742-12222502002. ISSN 0742-1222. JSTA 40398715. Karkar, Pradeep, July 1976. Inert Set or Inferred Set. A Comment. Journal of Marketing. 40, 359/60-10.1017/0022242976040000312. S2 SID 1672999845. Roberts, John, 1989. A Grounded Model of Consideration Set Size and Composition. Advances in Consumer Research. 16, 749757. Howard, J. and Sheth, J.N., The Theory of Buyer Behavior, New York, Wiley, 1969. Marketing Reading, Consumer Behavior and the Buying Process. 8167. HBR Store. Retrieved 1 March, 2024. Shocker, Alan D. Benakiva, Mosh, Bokhara, Bruno, Nedungadi, Prakash, 1 August 1991. Consideration Set Influences on Consumer Decision-Making and Choice, Issues, Models, and Suggestions. Marketing Letters. 2. 3181110.1007/BF00554125. S2 SID 1899428892. Business Dictionary, http://www.businessdictionary.com/definition/evoked-set.html. Archived 30 November 2016 at the Wayback Machine. Kotler P. and Keller, K. 2006. Marketing Management. Pearson Prentice Hall, New Jersey. Belch, G. Belch, M. O. K. G. and Powell, I. Advertising and Promotion Management, An Integrated Marketing Communication Perspective, McGraw-Hill, Sydney, Australia, 2009, p.138. Winchester, J.R. and Bogomolova, S. Positive and Negative Brand Beliefs and Brand Defection /uptake, European Journal of Marketing, Volume 42, No. 5/6, 2008, pp.553, 570. Saji, M.J., Using Self-Congruity and Ideal Congruity to Predict Purchase Motivation, Journal of Business Research, 1985, Volume 13. Number 3, pp 195-206, do 10.1016/0148-2963, 85, 90026-8. Nations, D. 2019. What is Social Media? LifeWire. Saji, H.J., Lee, D.J. and U. G.B., Revisiting Self-Congruity Theory in Consumer Behavior, in Routledge International Handbook of Consumer Psychology, Catherine V. Jansen Boyd and Magdalena J. Zorisser, eds., Routledge, 2017, p. 193. Kotler, P. and Armstrong, G., Principles of Marketing, Upper Saddle River, N.J., Pearson, 2014. Stillman, P. 2009. To what extent has social media changed the relationship between brand and consumer? Dissertation of Mar Advertising, Bucks New University. Suri, R. and Monroe, K.B., Effect of Consumers' Purchase Plans on the Evaluation of Bundle Offers, in Advances in Consumer Research Volume 22, Frank Arcades and Mitar Sujan, eds., Provo, UT, Association for Consumer Research, 1995 pp 588593, online, http://website.org/volumes/7816/volumes/v22/now-22. Siddiqui, S. and Agarwal, K. The Consumer's Purchase Decision Process, A Theoretical Framework, International Journal of Science Technology and Management, Volume 6, No. 6, 2017, pp 361-367. Morwitz, V.G., Steckel, J. and Gupta, A. When Do Purchase Intentions Predict Sales? International Journal of Forecasting, Volume 23, Number 3, 2007, pp 347-64. Armstrong, J.S., Morwitz, V. and Kumar, V. Sales forecasts for existing consumer products and services. Do purchase intentions contribute to accuracy? International Journal of Forecasting, Volume 16, Number 3, 2000, pp 383397, retrieved from http://repository.append.edu/marketing_papers/143. Business Dictionary, http://www.businessdictionary.com/definition/call-to-action.html archived 25 October 2016 at the Wayback Machine. Eisenberg, B. Call to Action, Secret Formulas to Improve Online Results, Nashville, Tennessee, Thomas Nelson, 2006, p. 20. Berry, L.L., Siders, K. Grewal, D. 2002. Understanding Service Convenience. Journal of Marketing 66, 3, 1-17. Srinivasan, N. Pre-Purchase External Search Information, in Valeriazithaml, ed., Review of Marketing 1990, Marketing Classics Press, AMA, 2011, pp 153-189. A. B. Andrea, Brawden, Soderberg, Caroline, 2011. Impulse Buying, Reasons Why, Consumer Electronics, Oh My. Foxowl, G. 2005, Understanding Consumer Choice, Basingstoke. Palgrave Macmillan, 2005. Engel, James F., Collat, David T. and Blackwell, Roger D. 1968, Consumer Behavior, First ed. New York, Holt, Reinhardt and Winston 1968. Gupta, Alec, Sue, Bokiwan, Walter, Jipping, 2004. Taylor and Francis Online. International Journal of Electronic Commerce. 8, 313164.10.1084.2004.110443002. S2 SID 16054242. Gilly, Mary C. Gelb, Betsy D. 1982. Post-Purchase Consumer Processes and the Complaining Consumer. Journal of Consumer Research. 9, 332-332-8.10.1086/208927. JSTA 24888627. Kyo, Yingfeng, Wu, Kaiming, Deng, Weizhou, 2009. The relationships among service quality, perceived value, customer satisfaction, and post-purchase intention in mobile value-added services. Computers in Human Behavior. 25, 4887916-10.1016/j.chb.2009.03.003. S2 SID 42136133. Post Decision Dissonance. ABC Machinis, DJ. Pieters, R. and Hoyer, W. D. 2014. 486,670 Consumer Behavior. Cengage Learning Australia Party Limited. ABC Belch, G. and Belch, M. A. 2012. Advertising and Promotion, an Integrated Marketing Communications Perspective. New York, McGraw-Hill Irwin. How to create a customer journey map, from awareness to conversion. Go. Archived from the original on the 16th of November, 2018. Retrieved the 19th of October, 2018. Woodside, Arch, Wilson, Elizabeth. The 1st of January, 1985. Effects of consumer awareness of brand advertising on preference. Journal of Advertising Research. 25, 41-48. ABC Quester, P.G. Neal, C.M. Pettigrew, S. It al. 2008. Consumer Behaviour, Implications for Marketing Strategy. Sydney, McGraw-Hill Irwin. Lock D. Merlier, 5 May 2006. Consumer Awareness, a Case Study of Jalna City. Indian Journal of Marketing. XXV, 2328. What is social marketing? The NSMC. www.thinsmc.com. Retrieved 9 November, 2018. What is custom marketing? Definition and meaning. businessdictionary.com. Archived from the original on the 9th of November, 2018. Retrieved 9th of November, 2018. Boost awareness of your business's brand. business.com. Retrieved 19th of October, 2018. Product price awareness among consumers and price testing. www.research-pmr.com. Retrieved 9th of November, 2018. Bottasheria, C.B., Hayagriva, R. and Glynn, M.A., Understanding the Bond of Identification, an investigation of its correlates among art museum members, Journal of Marketing, Volume 59, Number 4, October, 1995, DOI, 10.2307/1252327, pp. 46-57. Rossiter, J. and Bellman, S., Marketing Communications, Theory and Applications, Pearson, Australia, 2005, pp 103-120. A.B. Rossiter, J.R. and Percy, L., Emotions and Motivations in Advertising, in Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 18, Rebecca H. Holman and Michael R. Solomon, eds. Provo, UT, Association for Consumer Research, 1991, pp 100-110. Pham, M.T. and Higgins, E.T., Promotion and Prevention in Consumer Decision-Making, The State-of-the-Art and Theoretical Propositions, in S. Ratneshwar and David Glenn Mick, eds. Inside Consumption, Consumer Motives, Goals, and Desires, London, Routledge, 2005, pp 8-43. Clark, K. and Belk. R.W., The Effects of Product Involvement and Task Definition on Anticipated Consumer Effort, in Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 06, William L. Wilkie, ed., Ann Aber, Me, Association for Consumer Research, pp 313318, online, http://website.org/volumes/9220/volumes/v06/now-06. McInnes, DJ and Jaworski, B.J., Two Routes to Persuasion Models in Advertising, Review, Critique and Research Directions, in Valeria Z. Thamel, ed., Review of Marketing 1990, Marketing Classics Press, ARMA, 2011, pp 3-42. Percy, Larry, Rossiter, John R. July 1992. A Model of Brand Awareness and Brand Attitude Advertising Strategies. Psychology and Marketing. 9. 4263274 do 10.1002.42200900402. Lamb, C.W., Hare, J.F. and McDaniel, C. Essentials of Marketing, Mason, Ohio, Southwestern Cengage, 2009, p. 174. Trahan, M. and Trahan, E. Advertising and Sales Management, New Delhi, VK Enterprises, p. 165. Lynn R. Carl, Pierre Valette Florence, 2012. Marketplace Lifestyles in an Age of Social Media. New York, M.E. Sharp, Incorporated. ISBN 978-0-7656-2561-8. Cards, F. Cronley, M. and Klein, T. Consumer Behavior, Mason, O. Southwestern Cengage, 2011 p.329. Weber, E.U., and C. C. Cross-cultural differences in risk perception, but cross-cultural similarities in attitudes towards perceived risk, Management Science, Volume 44, No. 9, 1998, pp. 1205-1217. Hoyer, Wayne, Deborah, McInnes, Pieters, Rick, 2018. Consumer Behavior, 7th ed. Australia, Cengage. p. 431. ISBN 9781337514804. Hoyer, Wayne, Deborah, McInnes, Pieters, Rick, 2018. Consumer Behavior, 7th ed. Australia, Cengage. p. 432. ISBN 9781337514804. Hoyer, Wayne, Deborah, McInnes, Pieters, Rick, 2018. Consumer Behavior, 7th ed. Australia, Cengage. p. 439. ISBN 9781337514804. Carroll, C.E., The Handbook of Communication and Corporate Reputation, Chichester, Sussex, Wiley, 2013, p. 44. Johnson, M.D. and Learman, D.R., Consumer Experience and Consideration Sets for Brands and Product Categories, in Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 24, 1992, Mary Brooks and Deborah J. McInnes, eds, Provo, UT, Association for Consumer Research, pages 295-300. Reisch, Lucia. Zhao, Min, November 2017. Behavioral Economics, Consumer Behavior and Consumer Policy, State of the Art. Cambridge University Press. p. 199. Torley, C.J. and Radas, M., Globalization, Branding and Multicultural Consumer Behavior, in Routledge International Handbook of Consumer Psychology, Catherine V. Jansen Boyd and Magdalena J. Zorisser, eds, Routledge, 2017, p. 41-58. Scandally, Dimitra, 2024. Consumer Behavior on AI Applications for Services, Measuring the Impact of Value-Based Adoption Model on Luxurious AI Resorts Applications. De Gruyter. 22, 5785. Do 10.1515/ROMS 2023-0099. Neal, D. The Ferrari with the Dragon Tattoo, Wall Street Journal, 10 May 2012. Scout N., J. and McAlexander, J.H., Subcultures of Consumption, An Ethnography of the New Bikers, Journal of Consumer Research, Vol. 22, No. 1, June, 1995. Bhattacharya, C.B., Rao, H. and Glynn, M.A., Understanding the Bond of Identification, An Investigation of its Correlates Among Art Museum Members, Journal of Marketing, Volume 59, No. 4, 46-57. The Age, newspaper, Melbourne, Australia, Bargain Basement Blues, the 2nd of September 2002. http://articles/www.theurge.com.or/articles/2009/20362889.html. Note that while each quintile accounts for 20% of the population at the commencement of a measurement period, bracket creep can occur over time, explaining why UPs account for 24% in 2002. Ramya, N. 2016. Factors Affecting Consumer Buying Behavior. ResearchGate. Engar, R. Valent, T. and Van den Bult, C. Opinion Leadership and Social Contagion in New Product Diffusion, in Advances in Consumer Research, Vol. 36, eds. Anne L. McGill and Sharon Shavit, Duluth, M.N., Association for Consumer Research, pp. 36-37. Paul McIntyre, Independent Bloggers Overtake Celebrities as Key Social Media Influencers, Australian Financial Review, the 22nd of June, 2015, online, http://businessforward/overtake-celebrities-as-key-socials-media-influencers-20150528-bov. Note that an abridged version of this article also appeared in Marketing Magazine, the 16th of July, 2015. Blogger Outreach Dethroned Celebrity Endorsement, Marketing Magazine, the 16th of July, 2015, online, https://www.marketingmag.com.or/hubs-c/. Blogger Outreach Dethroned Celebrity Endorsement. Flynn, L.R., Goldsmith, R.E. and Eastman, J.K., Opinion Leaders and Opinion Seekers, 2 New Measurement Scales, Journal of Academy of Marketing Science, Volume 24, No. 2, pp. 137-147. COVID-19 Consumer Behavior Research. cxm.co.uk. Retrieved 10 February 2020. ABCDEF Samuel Linz, Cybele Aquino, Anna Raquel Costa, 14 March 2021, From Panic to Revenge, Compensatory Buying Behaviors During the Pandemic, International Journal of Psychiatry. Cambridge Dictionary, Cambridge University Press, 2020, accessed 23 April 2021 from https://dictionary.cambridge.org/dictionary/english/panic-buying. AB Stephen Taylor, March 2021, Understanding and Managing Pandemic-Related Panic Buying, Journal of Anxiety Disorders 78. ABC News Video Services, the 26th of June, 2020, video. Prime Minister Scott Morrison says there is no need for panic buying. ABC News, accessed 23 April, 2021 from https://www.abc.net.or/news/2020-06-26/for/prime-minister-scott-morrison-says-no-need-for-panic-minister-need-for-panic-minister-need-for-June 2020, Panic Buying, Australians top global charts for toilet paper stockpiling. The New Daily, accessed the 23rd of April, 2021 from https://finance/2020/06/03/panic-buy-australia-y/BBC News Services, the 26th of June, 2020, Australia caps toilet roll sales after panic buying. BBC News, accessed the 23rd of April, 2021 from https://www.bbc.com/news/world-australia-531965525 Tianhuijiang, the 13th of April, 2020, Hermes hauled in $2.7 million in one China store on Saturday. Sources Women's Wear Daily, accessed on the 23rd of April, 2021 from https://hermes-hold-in-2-7-million-in-1-china-store-on-Saturday-sources-12035597338 See also, Shalini Nagarajan, the 16th of April, 2020, French luxury brand Hermes pulls in $2.7 million in a day at a flagship store in China as wealthy shoppers splurge after the coronavirus lockdown. Business Insider Australia, accessed on the 23rd of April, 2021 from https://www.businessinsider.com/wealthy-chinese-shoppers-slurge-at-hermes-store-in-china-2020-4?r=T Jinshan Hong, the 12th of March, 2020. Revenge spending spurs Chinese luxury rebound from virus. Bloomberg, accessed on the 23rd of April, 2021 from https://articles/2020-03-12-03-124/luxury-shoppers-in-china-emerge-from-quarantine-to-buy-again Caroline Tainan, Sally McKechnie, Celine Kuhn, the 1st of August, 2009, Co-Creating Value for Luxury Brands. Journal of Business and Research 63, 2010, 1156-1163. Sunin Wangquo, Nicholas Harmlin, Mary M. Khaled, the 5th of May, 2014. Journal of Retailing and Consumer Services 21, 2004, 735-744. Junhua, David Waller, Park Tai-chon, Hiram Ting, Xinjin Lim. Price Image and the Segrophobia Effect on Luxury Retail Purchase Intention, the 5th of June, 2020, Journal of Retailing and Consumer Services 57, 2020, 102,188. Celine Atelier, Margaret Meloy, the 2nd of May, 2011, Retail Therapy, a Strategic Effort to Improve Mood Psychology and Marketing 28, 638-660. A.B. Cannon, P.K., Kukkani, Gorai, 1st of January 2021. The impact of COVID-19 on customer journeys, implications for interactive marketing. Journal of Research in Interactive Marketing. 16, 12236 to 10.1108/3-2021-0078. ISSN 2040-7122. S2 SID 2396354112. Timotheus, Elkanah, Octavius, Gilbert Sterling, 2021. Global Changing of Consumer Behavior to Retail Distribution Due to Pandemic of COVID-19, a Systematic Review. Journal of Distribution Science. 19, 116980 to 10.15722/JDS.19.11.202111.69. ISSN 1738 to 3110. Dervasula, S., Lysinski, S. and Andrews, J.C. 1993. Cross-cultural generalizability of a scale for profiling consumers' decision-making styles. The Journal of Consumer Affairs, Volume 27, No. 1, pp. 55-65. Sproles, G.B. 1985, From Perfectionism to Fadism, Measuring Consumers' Decision-Making Styles, Inschnitt-Grund, K.P. ed., American Council on Consumer Interests, ACSI, Conference Proceedings, Columbia, Mo. pp. 79-85. Sproles, G.B. 1983. Conceptualization and Measurement of Optimal Consumer Decision-Making. Journal of Consumer Affairs, Volume 17, No. 2, pp. 421-438. Sproles, G.B., and Kendall, E.L., A Methodology for Profiling Consumers' Decision-Making Styles, Journal of Consumer Affairs, Volume 20, No. 2, 1986, pp. 267-279. Jain, R. and Schomer, A Review on Sproles and Kendall's Consumer Style Inventory, CSI, for Analyzing Decision-Making Styles of Consumers, Indian Journal of Marketing, Volume 43, No. 3, 2013. Bauer, H. Sauer, N.E., and Becker, C. Investigating the Relationship Between Product Involvement and Consumer Decision-Making Styles, Journal of Consumer Behavior. Volume 5, 2006, 342354. Mishra, A. Consumer Innovativeness and Consumer Decision Styles, A Confirmatory and Segmentation Analysis, The International Review of Retail, Distribution and Consumer Research, Volume 25, No. 1, 2015. Do 10.1080/0959396.2014.911199. Dowling, Graham R. and Richard Sterlin, 1994, A Model of Perceived Risk and Intended Risk Handling Activity, Journal of Consumer Research, 21, June, pp. 119-34. Mitchell, V.W. and Bastani, P. A Preliminary Investigation into Pre- and Post-Purchase Risk Perception and Reduction, European Journal of Marketing, Volume 28, No. 1, 1994, pp. 56, 71. Ross, I. Perceived Risk and Consumer Behavior, A Critical Review, in Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 2, Mary Jane Schlinger, ed., Me, Association for Consumer Research, 1975, pp. 1-20. Butner, O.B., Schools, S. and Silbra, S. Perceived Risk and Deliberation in Retailer Choice, Consumer Behavior Towards Online Pharmacies, Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 33, 2006. Mitchell, V.W. and Greater X, M. Risk Perception and Reduction in the Purchase of Consumer Services. The Service Industries Journal, Volume 13, No. 4, 1993, pp 179-200. Zithaml, V.A. How Consumer Evaluation Processes Differ Between Goods and Services, 1981, in ARMA Conference Proceedings, James H. Donnelly and William R. George, eds, Chicago IL, American Marketing Association, p. 186-190. Jordan, p. Search or Experience Products, An Empirical Investigation of Services, Durable and Non-Durable Goods, in Asia-Pacific Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 4, Paula M. Tidwell and Thomas E. Muller, eds, Provo, UT, Association for Consumer Research, 2001, pp 167-174. Online http://website.org/volumes/11342/volumes/app04/ap04. Dowling, G.R. and Ster Ellen, R. A Model of Perceived Risk and Intended Risk Handling Activity, Journal of Consumer Research, Volume 21, No. 1, 1994, pp. 119-134. Mitchell, V.W. and Greater X, M. Risk Perception and Reduction in the Purchase of Consumer Services, Service Industries Journal. 1993, pps 179-200. Rogers, E.M., New Product Adoption and Diffusion, Journal of Consumer Research, Volume 2, No. 4, 1976, pp. 290-301. Mahajan, V. and Peterson, E. Models for Innovation Diffusion, Volume 48, 1985. Business Dictionary, http://www.businessdictionary.com/definition/diffusion-of-innovation.html archived 30 October 2016 at the Wayback Machine. Lowery, T.M., The Use of Diffusion Theory in Marketing, A Qualitative Approach to Innovative Consumer Behavior, in Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 18, eds. Rebecca H. Holman and Michael R. Solomon, Provo, UT, Association for Consumer Research, 1991, pp 644-650. Online, http://website.org/volumes/7230/volumes/v18/now-18. Rogers, E.M., Diffusion of Innovations, New York, The Free Press, p. 5. Based on Rogers, E.M., The Diffusion of Innovations, 5th ed., NY, Free Press, 2003. Rogers, E.M., Diffusion of Innovations, 5th ed., New York, The Free Press, 2003 pp 11-12. De Silva, D. The Ever-Accelerating Rate of Technology Adoption, Pew Research, 14 March, 2014, online, http://fact-tank/4/034/144/034/chart-of-the-week-of-technology-adoption/. The figure is based on data supplied by Google. https://www.docs.google.com/spreadsheets/d/17019xbf8nwx19eq5edgcemspsius9xbf8nwexy view. Market Realist, http://marketrealist.com/2015/2015/adoption-rates-dizzying-heights/. McGrath, R. The pace of technology adoption is speeding up. Harvard Business Review, the 25th of November, 2013. Forbes Technology Council, How Consumers Are Impacting the Adoption of New Technology, Forbes blog, the 21st of June, 2016, online, https://forbes.com/www.forbes.com/sites//how-consumers-are-impacting-the-adoption-of-new-technology/new-technology/forbes/sign-504-8cc917BA6. Rossiter, J. and Bellman, S. Marketing Communications, Theory and Applications, Pearson, Australia, 2005, pp 80-87. Nielsen International, Global Survey of Loyalty Sentiment, 2013, Toplin Survey Findings, online, http://nielsen.com/us/insights/news/slash-is-right-insights/is-right-incentive-is-behavior.html. Explaining consumers' channel switching behavior using the theory of planned behavior, PDF. Roy Morgan Research, How Vital Are Vitamins? Research finding number 5503, media release, the 14th of March, 2014 online, http://roymorgan.com/findings/5503-how-vital-are-vitamins-201403252241 archived 6 October 2016 at the Wayback Machine. Reardon, J., McCorkle, D. A Consumer Model for Channel Switching Behavior, International Journal of Retail and Distribution Management, Volume 30, No. 4, pp. 179-185. Talakaya 1, R. Zhao, M. and Talakaya, N. Multichannel Retailing, A Case Study of Early Experiences, Journal of Interactive Marketing, Volume 19, March, pp. 63-74, 2009, DOI 10.1002/dir.20035. Stern, Hawkins, the 1st of January 1962. The Significance of Impulse Buying Today. Journal of Marketing. 26, 259-62-10.2307/1248439. Just 1248439. Weber, L.Q. Barron, Jonathan, the 1st of January 2001. Conflict and Trade-offs in Decision Making. Cambridge University Press. ISBN 9780521772389. Nielsen Research, Connecting What Consumers Demand with What Shoppers Buy, 2013. Cited in Bagozzi, R., Gerhan-Canley, Z., Priester, J., The Social Psychology of Consumer Behavior, Open University Press, Buckingham, Pa., 2002, p. 38. Eagley, A. H., and Chaikin, S. The Psychology of Attitudes, Harcourt Brace Jovanovic, Fort Worth, Texas, 1993. Mpfale, J. and Matson, J. The Effect of Mood States on the DIDIC Service Encounter, Asia-Pacific Advances in Consumer Research, Volume 2, eds. Russell Belk and Ronald Groves, eds. Provo, UT, Association for Consumer Research, 1996 pp 41-46. Online, http://www.website.org/view-conference-proceedings.asp:/ID=11530. Johnson, A.R. and Stewart, D.W., A Reappraisal of the Role of Emotions in Consumer Behavior, Traditional and Contemporary Approaches, in Malhotra, N.K., Review of Marketing Research, Vol. 1, Armonk, London, 2005, pp 3-33. Bagozzi, R., Gerhan Canley, Z., Priester, J., The Social Psychology of Consumer Behavior, Open University Press, Buckingham, Pa., 2002, pp 60-63. Cohen, J.B., Pham, M.T., Andrade, E.B. 1 June, 1999. The Nature and Role of Affect in Consumer Behavior. APAPSYCnet, 3334. Retrieved 9 September, 2021. Gaunters, S. and Gaunters, J. The Influence of the Customer's Emotions on Their Service Product Evaluation, Purdue, R. and Immermans, H.J.P. and Uisel, M. Consumer Psychology of Tourism, Hospitality and Leisure, Volume 3, 2004. Szymanski, D.M. and Heenard, D.H., Customer Satisfaction, A Meta-Analysis of the Empirical Evidence, Journal of the Academy of Marketing Science, Volume 29, No. 1 2001 pp 16-35, online, http://about_files/Szymanski%(20%)(2001.pdf archived 12 October 2016 at the Wayback Machine. https://commons.erao.edu/kgi/view-content.kgi?article =1017 context $db-management, bare URL PDF. Wu, Wonyi, Anriho, Nadia, 1 January 2016. The Antecedents of Brand Loyalty, a Meta-Analysis Study. International Journal of Services and Standards. 11, 3210.1504/IJSS.2016.10000889 via ResearchGate. Eisend, Martin, Stockberger-Sauer, Nicola E. 27 February 2013. Brand Personality, a Meta-Analytic Review of Antecedents and Consequences. Marketing Letters. 24, 3205216.101002-013-9232-7. S2 SID 144201875. Kashopo, J.T., Petty, R.E., Chuan Feng, K. and Rodriguez, R. Central and Peripheral Routes to Persuasion, An Individual Difference Perspective, Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, Vol. 51, No. 5, 1986, pp 1032-1043. https://dx.do.org/10.22-3514.51.5.1032. Murray, P.N. How Emotions Influence What We Buy. The Emotional Core of Consumer Decision-Making, Psychology Today, the 26th of February, 2013 online, https://www.psychologytoady.com/blog/inside-the-consumer-mind/2013-how-emotions-influence-what-we-buy. Heath, R. Brandt, D. and Nairn, A. 2006. Brand Relationships, Strengthened by Emotion, Weakened by Attention. Journal of Advertising Research. 46, 4410419210.200501/S002184990606048X. S2 SID 545300013. Phil, C. 2013. Marketing Communications, Brands, Experiences and Participation. United Kingdom, Pearson Education Limited. Dick, A.S. and Baju, K. Customer Loyalty, Toward an Integrated Conceptual Framework, Journal of the Academy of Marketing Science, Volume 22, No. 2, 1994, pp. 99-113. Gallo, A. The Value of Keeping the Right Customers, Harvard Business Review Online, https://hbr.org/2014/10-value-of-keeping-the-right-customers. Wirtz, J., Matala, A.S. and Lewin, M.O., How Effective Are Loyalty Reward Programs in Driving Share of Wallet? Journal of Service Research, Volume 9, No. 4, 2007, pp. 327-334 doi, 10.1177/1094670506295853. Rust, R.T., Z. Thamel, V.A. and Lemon, K.N., Driving Customer Equity, How Customer Lifetime Value is Reshaping Corporate Strategy, The Free Press, N.Y., 2000, p. 111. Ryu, G. and Fike, L., A Penny for Your Thoughts, Referral Reward Programs and Referral Likelihood, Journal of Marketing, Volume 71, January, 2007, pp. 84-94. Bov, L.L., Pervin, S.J., B.T., S.E. and S.H.I.U., E. Service Worker Role in Encouraging Customer Organizational Citizenship Behaviors, Journal of Business Research, Volume 62, 2009, pp. 698705. Do 10.1016/j.buzzers.2008.07.003. Bov, L., Robertson, N. and Pervin, S. Customer Citizenship Behaviors, Towards the Development of a Typology, Australia-New Zealand Marketing Academy Conference Proceedings, Adelaide, 1-3 December 2003 p. 332. Fishbein, M. and Ajzen, I. Belief, Attitude, Intention and Behavior, An Introduction to Theory and Research, 1975, Addison Wesley, Reading, Ma. Howard, J. A. and Sheth, J.N., 1969, The Theory of Buyer Behavior, Volume 14. New York, Wiley. Shun, C. and Yoonji, X. Effects of Outcome, Process and Shopping Enjoyment on Online Consumer Behavior, Electronic Commerce Research and Applications, Volume 5, 2006, pp 272-28, Hilkova, Petra, Kralova, Petra, February 2021. Digital Consumer Behavior and E-Commerce Trends During the COVID-19 Crisis. International Advances in Economic Research. 27, 18385-10.1004/S11294-021-09817-4. ISSN 1083-0898. PMC 79888251. Shun, C. and Yoonji, X. Effects of Outcome, Process and Shopping Enjoyment on Online Consumer Behavior, Electronic Commerce Research and Applications, Volume 5, 2006, pp 275-76, cited in Dan, S. and Dan, S. E-Marketing, Theory and Application London, Palgrave Macmillan, 2011, pp 144-45. Mo, W. 2003. Buying, searching, or browsing, differentiating between online shoppers using in-store navigation or clickstream. Journal of Consumer Psychology. 13. 129.39-10.1007/S153276663 JCP 13-1 and 2_03, inactive 16 November, 2024. Site Journal, CS1 maint, DOI inactive as of November, 2024, link. Mo, W. Fader, P. 2004. Capturing Evolving Visit Behavior in Clickstream Data. Journal of Interactive Marketing. 18, 1519. Site CX 10.1.1.37.5128. Do 10.1002/dir.10074. S2 SID 2776467. Chaffee, D. 2006. Internet Marketing, 3rd ed. Harlow, Financial Times Prentice Hall. p. 109. ISBN 978-1405871815. A. Benoit, Diane. The 19th of October, 2011. Trademark Protection of Color Alone: How and when does a color develop secondary meaning and why color marks can never be inherently distinctive? Turo Law Review. 27, 2. ISSN 8756-7326. A. B. Palmer, Stephen E. Schloss, Karen B. Sammartino, Jonathan, 2 January 2013. Visual Aesthetics and Human Preference. Annual Review of Psychology. 64, 177-107-10.1146 of Psych 12071-10-100504. ISSN 0066-4308. PMID 230206442. S2 SID 62585525. Labrec, Lauren I. Patrick, Vanessa M. Milne, Georgia. February 2013. The Marketer's Prismatic Palette, a review of color research and future directions. The Marketer's Prismatic Palette. Psychology and Marketing. 30, 2187202 do 10.1002/ma.20597. Color Assignment, Associations. www.johalok.com. Retrieved 28 March 2020. Labrec, Lauren I. Milne, Georgia. 1st of September, 2012. Exciting Red and Competent Blue, The Importance of Color in Marketing. Journal of the Academy of Marketing Science. 40, 5711720.10.1007-11747-010-0245Y. ISSN 1552-7824. S2 SID 255381568. Abiche, Boyan, Hueg, Joe Andrea, 1st of August 2013. The Future Looks Right, Effects of the Horizontal Location of Advertising Images on Product Attitude. Journal of Consumer Research. 40, 22232381086/6694746. ISSN 0093-5301. Valenzuela, Anna, Raguba, Priya, 2009. Position-Based Beliefs, The Center Stage Effect. Journal of Consumer Psychology. 19, 218519/10.1016/j.jcps.2009.02.011. ISSN 1532-7663. AB Reber, Rolf, Schwartz, Norbert, 1st of September 1999. Effects of Perceptual Fluency on Judgments of Truth. Consciousness and Cognition. 8, 3338342.10.16/cog.1999.0386. ISSN 1053-8100. PMID 1048777. S2 SID 2626302. AB Lewis, Michael, Whitler, Kimberly Adott, Hueg, Joe Andrea, 1st of September 2013. Customer Relationship Stage and the Use of Picture-Dominant versus Text-Dominant Advertising, a Field Study. Journal of Retailing. 89, 3263280.10.1016/j.retai.2013.01.003. ISSN 0022-4359. Oppenheimer, Daniel M. Frank, Michael C. 1st of March 2008. A rose in any other font would not smell as sweet. Effects of Perceptual Fluency on Categorization. Cognition. 106, 1178 1116-10.1016/j.cognition.2007.05.010. ISSN 0010-0277. PMID 1761816. S2 SID 9786621. Brumberger, E. 2003. The Rhetoric of Typography, the Persona of Typeface and Text. Technical Communication. 50, 206223. ISSN 0049-3155. Bayer, Meirich, S.O. Emma, Werner, Scott, Annie Catherine, 9th of May 2012. Font Size Matters, Emotion and Attention in Cortical Responses to Written Words. PLOS 1. 7, 5E36042. Bibcode 2012 PLOSO, 7360042B. Do 10.1371/journal.pwn.00360042. ISSN 1932-6203. PMC 3348912. PMID 2259058. ABC Leviston, Zoe, Ewan, Hannah, March 2020. Overestimating one's green behavior, better than average bias may function to reduce perceived personal threat from climate change. Journal of Social Issues. 76, 7085. Do 10.1111/Josie.12365. S2 SID 213919455. Mariam Polsky, H. Ethnography for Marketers, A Guide to Consumer Immersion, Sage, 2006, pp 43-38. Brain Reserve, Trend Bank website, http://www.faithpopcorn.com/trendbank, archived 24 October 2016 at the Wayback Machine. Ramzim TZ, Introduction to Neuromarketing and Consumer Neuroscience, Denmark, Neurons Inc., 2015, 3p. Hubert, M. and Kenning, P. 2008. A Current Overview of Consumer Neuroscience, in Journal of Consumer Behavior, NR7, 4-5, S 272-292. Choi, D.Y., Hahn, M.H. and Lee, K.C., A Comparison of Buying Decisions by Product Involvement, an eye-tracking study, in Intelligent Information and Database Systems, in 4th Asian ASYUDS Conference, Part 3, Zheng Xiang Pan, Xiaiming Chen, Ngok Than Nguyen, eds, March, 2012, pp 37-46. Dooley, R. Nielsen doubles down on neuro, Forbes magazine, 3 June, 2015. Online, https://www.forbes.com/sites/Roger Dooley/2015/06/035/Nielsen-doubles-down-on-neuro/. Ariely, Dan, Predictably Irrational, N.Y., HarperCollins, 2009, Shiv, B. Carmen, Z. and Ariely, D. Placebo Effects of Marketing Actions, Consumers May Get What They Pay For, Journal of Marketing Research, Volume 42, No. 4, 2005, pp. 383-393 https://do.org/10.1509/jmkr.2005.42.4.383. Dooley, R. More Choices, Fewer Sales, Neuroscience Marketing Blog, online, http://www.neurosciencemarketing.com/blog/articles/more-choices-fewer-sales.htm. COT, G. Analysis Paralysis and Consumer Behavior Online, https://www.helpscout.net/consumer-behavior/. Further reading. Edit. Blackwell, Miniard and Engel, 2006. Consumer Behavior, 10th ed. Thomson Learning. Detton, Angus, Muehlbauer, John, Economics and Consumer Behavior, Cambridge, New York, Cambridge University Press, 1980. ISBN 0-521-22850-6. Deutsch, D. and Deutsch, J. 1975. Short-Term Memory. New York, Academic Press. Ferber, R. 1976. A Synthesis of Selected Aspects of Consumer Behavior. Chicago, Ill. Guilford, J.P. 1967. The Nature of Human Intelligence. New York, McGraw-Hill. Howard, J. Sheth, J.N. 1968, Theory of Biobehavior, J. Wiley and Sons, New York, N.Y. Cards, Frank R. Cronley, Maria L. Klein, Thomas W., Consumer Behavior, Mason, O., Southwestern, Cengage Learning, 2011. ISBN 978-0-538-74540-6. Kaplan, M.F., and Schwartz, S. 1975. Human Judgment and Decision Processes. New York, Academic Press. Clapper, J.T. 1949. The Effects of Mass Media. New York, Columbia University, Bureau of Applied Social Research. Lehmer, Richard, Simmons, Mark, Punk Marketing, New York, HarperCollins, 2007. ISBN 978-0-06-115110-1. Review of the book by Marilyn Scrizzi, in Journal of Consumer Marketing 24/7, 2007. Loudon, D.L. 1988, Consumer Behavior, Concepts and Applications, McGraw-Hill, London. Maguire, W.J. 1976. Psychological Factors Influencing Consumer Choice, in R. Ferber, ed., a synthesis of selected aspects of consumer behavior. Washington, D.C., National Science Foundation. McNair, B. 1958, Retail Development, Harper & Row, New York, N.Y. Packard, Vance, 1957, The Hidden Persuaders, New York, D. McKay Company. Polio, H.R. 1974. The Psychology of Symbolic Activity. Reading, Ma, Addison Wesley. Schiffman, L.G. 1993, Consumer Behavior, Prentice Hall International, London, Schiffman, L.G. and Canuck, L. 2010, 10th edition Winking Sad Smiley 1, Schiffman, L.G. and Weisenblit, J.L., 2015, 11th edition. 2. Schwartz, Barry, 2004, The Paradox of Choice, Why More is Less, Echo, New York. Shell, Ellen Ruppel, Cheap, The High Cost of Discount Culture, New York, Penguin Press, 2009. ISBN 978-1-59420-215-5. Solomon, M.R. 1994, Consumer Behavior, Allin and Bacon, London. Stifler, V. 1968. Market Structure Studies, New Products for Old Markets and New Markets, Foreign, for Old Products. New York, Wiley. Visky, A., and Kahneman, D. 1982. Judgment Under Uncertainty, Heuristics and Biases, Cambridge University Press. V. T. E. Consumer Behavior. Concepts. Consumption. Autonomous consumption. Induced consumption. Consumer culture theory. Consumer debt. Consumer economy. Consumer spending. Research types. Consumer choice. Consumer economics. Consumer neuroscience. Consumer product. Marketing research. Consumer attributes. Consumer confidence. Consumer confusion. Consumer ethnocentrism. Consumer socialization. Consumer's risk. Consumption function. Cultural consumer. Homo economicus. Processes. Consumers cooperative. Consumer to business. Factory to consumer. Consumer service. Consumerization. Authority control databases. National. Germany. United States. Japan. Czech Republic. Latvia. Israel. Other. Historical Dictionary of Switzerland. NRA. Leon Schiffman, Leslie Canuck, the 28th of July 2009. Schiffman, LG and Canuck, L. 2010, Consumer Behavior, 10th edition. Pearson.com. Retrieved 17 September 2018. Leon G. Schiffman, Joseph L. Weisenblit, the 27th of January 2014. Schiffman, LG and Weisenblit, J.L., 2015, Consumer Behavior, 11th edition. Pearson.com. Retrieved 17 September 2018. Retrieved from https://en.wikipedia.org/w/index.php title =consumer_behavior &olded =125883796 Categories. Consumer behavior. Marketing analytics. Consumer theory. Management cybernetics. Hidden categories. Web archive template Wayback Links. CS1, long volume value. All articles with bare URLs for citations. Articles with bare URLs for citations from March 2022. Articles with PDF format bare URLs for citations. CS1 maint. DOI inactive as of November 2024. Articles with short description. Short description is different from Wikidata. Use British English from May 2023. Use DMY dates from May 2023. Articles with excerpts. All articles with unsourced statements. Articles with unsourced statements from February 2022. Articles with unsourced statements from December 2018. All articles with specifically marked weasel-worded phrases. Articles with specifically marked weasel-worded phrases from April 2024. This page was last edited on the 21st of November 2024 at 22:24 UTC. Text is available under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 4.0 license. Additional terms may apply. By using this site, you agree to the terms of use and privacy policy. Wikipedia registered trademark symbol is a registered trademark of the Wikimedia Foundation, Inc., a non-profit organization. Privacy policy. About Wikipedia. Disclaimers. Contact Wikipedia. Code of conduct. Developers. Statistics. Cookie statement. Mobile view.